And a good Tuesday night. This is wrestling coming your way on your live event, a triangular tonight in Central Cass. It's the Castleton Squirrels wrestling the Lisbon Broncos. Along with that, the Grafton Spoilers will have that coming your way around 7 o'clock here tonight on yourliveevent.com.
Test, test, test.
Coming up, we have Lisbon, Grafton, and Central Cass Wrestling coming up here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on YourLiveEvent.com.
Thanks for joining us here in Central Cass. We're in Castleton for a wrestling triangular featuring the Grafton Spoilers Central Cass Squirrels and the back-to-back double champion Lisbon Broncos out here on this Tuesday night, the last competition for these teams heading into the Christmas break before things start getting a whole lot busier in the 2020-21 wrestling season. I'm Joel Morgan, Corinne Redmond with me on this evening. Q, you've wrestled a lot. This is always the tricky part of the high school wrestling season because you're worried about your rate, you're worried about being the stamina, you're worried about conditioning, and then you take a little break for the holidays, and then you got to roll right back into it.
Exactly. This is the one time of the year where it's a good break for the actual wrestlers because they've been going since most of the time. If they decide to wrestle freestyle Greco, you get to wrestle those summer styles. You come back in, you get a little bit of a break. School gets rolling. You get into folk style. You pretty much start anywhere from August, September. You kind of get rolling around. Most guys start to then cut down to the weight. They're really going basically from October until now. You go through Thanksgiving. Sometimes you got a tournament that it starts right before, sometimes a week right after. But it's a good break. It's a good time for these kids to really kind of have a time to relax. But like you said, that stamina thing, you got to make sure that you still got the workouts over the break. You got to stay up to shape because when you come back, that's when it really gets locked and loaded. You get your states, your districts, your regionals, all that stuff that goes on then.
So here's the schedule for tonight. Our first duel will feature Grafton. It'll be Grafton and Lisbon. We'll see a break, and then Central Cass in Grafton, followed by Central Cass and Lisbon to top off the night. We're looking at programs in this first duel that are in different spots in terms of where they stand. Talking to head coach Clayton Dahl from the Grafton Spoilers before the start of this match, and he said, we're a young team. We got some guys looking to get some experience. We don't fill the weight classes as much as some of our other competitors will this evening. And then Q, we look at Lisbon. They're a team. They won the dual championship last year and the year before, and they won the team championship the year before. For this Grafton team, I think it's probably a great opportunity for these guys to, I would say, grow pretty fast here to wrestle Lisbon first tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely something. It's always a good test going up against one of the top teams of the state. Really getting a chance to test yourself to see really where you're at. And you said this is kind of like the early midpoint of the season. You really start to develop. And the best part about Lisbon, the really thing that helps them is filling out the entire 13 weight classes. That's so a big point of you get a bunch of free 6 points matches that go on there. If you can't fill out a roster, you're automatically giving up 6, 12, 18, 24, and it's hard to win that way.
We'll take a timeout here on our pre-match coverage. This is high school wrestling live from Central Cass. We'll be back.
Do you feel like there's never enough time to get everything done before planting? The window for spring work is quick and unforgiving. Give yourself the upper hand with the ProTill High Performance High Speed Disc. More and more farmers agree the ProTill is the right tool for springfield conditions and heavy residue management. Zero maintenance bearings, independent disc technology, oversized pins and bushings allow the ProTill to handle whatever field or conditions you can throw at it. Dagelman Industries.
Life. It's game nights, bedtime stories, binge watching your favorite shows, baking up a family tradition, and staying connected with those you love. It happens day and night, on weekdays and weekends, on everydays and holidays, with family, friends, and neighbors. And whether it's on their street, your street, or even our street, we're there. Cass County Electric. Call us at 701-356-4400 and visit us at CassCountyElectric.com. Cass County Electric, powering life.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinner. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
Center is our commitment to family and community along the difference. From our home to yours, cherish the memories and celebrate the season. Merry Christmas from the staff at West Funeral Home and Life Tribute Center. Visit us online at westfuneralhome.com.
Welcome back to high school wrestling. Central Cass Lisbon against Grafton. That'll be the first duel of tonight's triangular out here at Central Cass. Quinn, another wrinkle into this season is there's going to be no true duels, or very few true duels. I know Lisbon was able to get one later on in their schedule against Valley City, but you're wrestling a lot of quads, a lot of tries, and a lot of these wrestling tournaments now are going to start going around robin just for the sake of getting guys matches before we get to the state tournament. What does that change to your approach as a wrestler that every night you could be wrestling 3 matches?
It's really one where, you come into it, and in a normal duel setting, a duel happens during the week at your tournament on the weekend. So tournaments, you're really prepared for. You're going to be wrestling all day. Versus with the duel, you normally have the one match. You got to get down to weight, and that's really what you focus on. But if you're wrestling multiple matches in a night of a duel, you can't exactly. You have to treat every duel now like a tournament. You can't go in, you have full preparation. There's certain regards that you have to do. There's certain moves. There's certain ways that you wrestle throughout the match. It really changes up some guy's strategy. If you're a come out, you're going to blitz someone real quick. You really now don't have that advantage in that second match, and it's one where you just say, all right, I have to wrestle it just like I would on a Saturday in a tournament.
So they've gone through the introductions here, the PA announcer, and we'll see what weight class we're going to start with. 106 will be the first weight class that we are going to see wrestling here tonight. And for Lisbon, for the Lisbon Broncos at 106, it looks like Seamus Kelly listed at 113. He'll be wrestling 106 for the Lisbon Broncos. As for Grafton, it will be Cruiser Burns who will be wrestling, as the wrestlers will check in front of the scorers table in front of us. So we're going to start at 106. Kelly for Lisbon, Burns for the Grafton Spoilers. Wrestlers in the center of the mat, and we're underway. Period number 1 is going, and these two wrestlers really going at each other a little quick, feeling each other out but moving quick. And Quinn, that's something you see in these lower weight classes.
Definitely speed, a lot of technique, not nearly as much, muscling on the train tracks, a lot of speed, technique that goes on.
Burn went to change levels on Kelly, and Kelly put a little pressure on him. I should say Kelly went to change level on Burns, and Burns put a little pressure on him, but both wrestlers stay on their feet as we are 30 seconds into this period. And now going to shoot is Kelly. Sprawling out is Burns, and he has Kelly in a position to drive as both wrestlers back to their feet. Kelly is in control, rather Burns is in control, and he gets Kelly down. No points have been awarded.
Yeah, he's going hard for that cement mixer. Some like to call it others, but it's really a cement mixer. He's trying hard to send him to his back from there in that front headlock position.
Burns is really trying to get Kelly, not just get him down, but get him on his back quickly. And now Kelly will grab the leg of Burns, and he's taking away any ability for him to drive.
That's an incredible crackdown by Kelly to really work out from underneath and score that 2 point for the takedown.
Seamus Kelly will get the 2 points for the takedown. He'll take a 2-0 lead here in the first period at 106. 50 seconds left to go here in the first period. The first of 3 we'll have for you tonight as Lisbon wrestling against Grafton, and then it'll be Grafton and Central Cass after that.
Man, Kelly was really starting to use his length, trying to go after a crossface cradle there. But Burns seems a little bit stronger than Kelly as of right now. Was able to kind of break out of that, started to stand up, got brought right back down. But Kelly definitely moving through a handful of different moves, working on top hard.
Seamus Kelly for Lisbon on top. Cruiser Burns for the Grafton Spoilers, and it looked like it was Burns who had control, and he took one step too many, and Kelly got the takedown. And he's now trying to roll him for the back points.
Up there goes, that's a chicken wing right there. That's held right at that 90. He's not getting any back points yet. It's close.
And Kelly trying to turn the body over to get the weight, and
Nothing
the period
there.
will get it in the books through one period here at 106. It is going to be a 2-0 advantage for Seamus Kelly for Lisbon, and we'll get the flip. Red will take the bottom, and that will be Kelly on the bottom for Lisbon. Burns will be on top for Grafton as 2 minutes back up on the scoreboard. Period number 2 underway.
Not a great move from Kelly there, honestly. He went for the old hands out in front, kind of base up first move.
That is Burns trying to work the upper body, has the hands close to the hips of Kelly. And Burns goes a little bit higher on Kelly for Lisbon. Burns for Grafton. Down 2-0, minute 37 and counting here in the second period.
Oh, he ended up right back in that front headlock situation, trying for that cement mixer.
And Kelly looks like he was almost in a position to get some reversal points, but getting free was Burns, and he stays on top of Seamus Kelly for Lisbon.
And Burns now trying for that crossface cradle, trying to come over the top.
On his feet is Seamus Kelly, breaking him right back down as Burns for Cruiser Burns for the Grafton Spoilers as we approach a minute left in the second period. Burns trailing Kelly 2-0 at 106 pounds, our first match of the night.
And right there, he's trying to run that half. He's trying to get Kelly broken down, but Kelly's doing a great job keeping base up, and we got some blood.
Looks like we do have some blood on Kelly, so we're going to get some time from the official. They're going to send him to the scores table, and we'll step aside as well. We'll be back. You're listening to High School Wrestling here tonight live from Central Cass.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Is Lisbon against Grafton, our first of three in this triangular tonight at Central Cass. It is Seamus Kelly with the lead over Cruiser Burns by a score of 2-0, and Burns will be on top of Kelly. Joel Morgan, Quinn Redmond out here tonight in Castleton, and I think that maybe that gave Burns an extra second to get some words with his coach and maybe look at his strategy, knowing that he's seen Kelly for a period, almost 2 periods now.
Yeah, his coach is over there really trying to work back through that front headlock. They've gotten into that position quite often, but Kelly doing a great job trying to get back up to his feet, but Burns being able to keep him down on all fours, and he finally gets him flat.
Burns will get him flat, and he's trying to turn Kelly. He has 30 seconds to try to get some points here and try to erase that 2-0 deficit that he faces with 20 seconds and counting left in period number 2. Burns 106, Kelly 106. This is Grafton and Lisbon here in the first match, and breaking down, grabbing the ankle of Kelly is Burns. Tries to stretch him out a little bit and come across the crossface, and now we'll work the hips as there's 5 seconds left here in this second period. We're going to get stoppage from the official.
Nice stalling call right there as it's really Burns. He's not really working for any moves. It's one of those where he's just sitting there on that tight waist and ankle, just driving him, not doing anything, not allowing Kelly to work either.
Stalling comes with 3 seconds left in the second period, and Burns will break down Kelly, and period number 2 is in the books here at 106 pounds. Seamus Kelly with the 2-0 lead, and they will take both wrestlers on their feet for the final period. The call went to Kelly as he deferred on the coin toss that came between the first and second period. And it looked like, Quinn, when we went back to that first period, Kelly made the first move. Burns looked like he was going to capitalize, and then Kelly turned that into some points.
Yeah, he looked a little bit more comfortable. Burns was really working hard trying to use that cement mixer from that front headlock position to get him to his back. But really what's going on right now is Kelly's just maintaining the center of the circle, trying to waste a little time. If he finds it open, he'll go for it.
Both wrestlers tie up. They stay on their feet. And really going with the heavy hands right now is Burns, and Kelly just trying to get himself some separation as the wrestlers match up forehead to forehead. And now we'll come to a complete separation as there is 1:13 and counting left in the third period here at 106 pounds.
Yeah, and Kelly's got to be careful here. He's backing up a lot. He's not really circling, so really got to watch out for Kelly. Might get dinged with a stalling call here as he's not really working any moves. He's just tying up, just backing up, not really allowing Burns to do anything as Burns is the one pushing the action. Kelly,
an 8th grader, Burns, a 10th grader. As the two wrestlers separate, 52 seconds and counting left in this 106-pound match here in Castleton. Grafton, Lisbon, the first of 3 duels on the night, and going to shoot was Burns.
There it is. There's that stalling call for Kelly.
Kelly will go for the leg. Burns is sprawled out with the hand across that of Kelly's. He gets him down. No points have been awarded. If he could swing the hips, we'll see if he'll award him 2 points, and Kelly hanging on.
All he's got to do,
leg.
There it is. That's control.
Burns swung the hips, and that will make it 2-2. 19 seconds left in the third period. Kelly has the leg of Burns, and we're going to get a stoppage from the official.
Yeah, we got the blood. We got the nose plug came out, so we got another stoppage for the blood time. But really, what had happened there, so the referee had awarded the takedown. He was coming back around, and they got back to a front headlock position. So all that needed to happen was Kelly would have just stood up. He would have gotten the one for an escape, and he would retake the lead.
So it is 2-2 with less than 30 seconds left in the third period of 106 pounds between Lisbon and Grafton. Kelly for Lisbon, Burns for Grafton, and on top right now is Burns, and Kelly gets stretched out. We're at 10 seconds left here in regulation.
And Burns using that tight waist ankle like he's done the entire second period, rode him out the whole time, and we're going to some overtime.
Yeah, we will end regulation here tied at 2 apiece, and overtime coming here at 106 pounds.
Good old sudden death victory. That's a way to get our night started.
And both wrestlers on their feet, dropping levels quick is Kelly. He pops right back up. Burns, I think, is going to try to get Kelly to make the first move, as there's plenty of hand fighting happening right now, center of the mat. With wrist control is Kelly over Burns.
And the wrestlers, they tie right back up, go forehead to forehead. This is a little bit more advantageous than the ear to ear.
As shooting Kelly on Burns. Burns sprawled out. He's trying to get Kelly on his back. He will get him down. No points awarded. Now he will get him down, and the official will put up 2 points for the takedown. He has him on his back. He's going to try to get the pin right now. Burns was down 2-0, and he'll get the win via fall.
So Burns with the sudden death victory gets that little hip toss from the front headlock to get the 6 points rather than just the 3.
So Grafton will take the lead here after 106 pounds. It is 6-0 Grafton Spoilers. And we move on to 113 pounds, which will be an open weight class.
And to say is, wow.
Cashton Waitson will take the win via the open weight class. So Lisbon will get some points here. And it becomes a 6-6 score. So 6-6 the score, on to 120. Jordan Dick wrestling for the Lisbon Broncos.
120 pounds,
Jason Briones wrestling for Grafton. And Briones will go to shoot against Jordan Dick.
Briones,
and he'll get him down quick.
Incredible high C right there. Transition to the double. Working on top already.
It looks like Briones, Quinn, came out there with a clear strategy of striking first.
Oh, he knew exactly what he was running. He had that planned out. He knew exactly what happened as soon as that whistle.
And he'll roll Jordan Dick, and keeping his legs in is Briones, and the official will start the count, and they'll say both wrestlers came out.
They are out. He was able to get 2 back points there. A little too near fall. Just ran a quick, arm bar across the back.
Briones, a sophomore, a freshman is Dick. As Briones will break him right down, he leads.
And he's going right back to that hammer across the back as he's trying to drive it all the way across. He's going to look for a half as he gets right here.
4-0 the score. Briones with the lead here at 120 pounds. Our dual score tied at 6-6.
So what Briones is doing, he's going to try to get right underneath that shoulder, and he's going to get him right over.
He's going to try to turn Jordan Dick over, and he had a little bit of separation, I think, there, Quinn, of the wrist of Dick, and it allowed Dick to reposition himself defensively, but it's still Briones with control here with 47 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, and this is always an interesting situation because he's sitting there, he's trying to run that hammer across the back, and there's not really much you can do as a position on bottom. You got your arm on your back and you're just getting pushed across. You can really just turn away. That's about all you can do.
Briones will roll over Jordan Dick. 40 seconds left first period. Briones a 4-0 lead. He got those takedown points, I would say, within the first 6 seconds of this first period. He came right at Jordan Dick, the freshman. 30 seconds now left here in the first period. 6-6 the dual score. Grafton against Lisbon, the first of 3 we have for you tonight here from Central Cass.
It looked like Briones was trying to go for a little chicken wing there. Now he's got it. He's trying to run it over.
He's going to turn Dick. He'll get some back points, and Dick trying to bridge out. Briones will try to turn over to reposition himself. A quick turnover. He'll get awarded some near fall points, and that will run the score to 7-0. Jason Briones with 3 seconds left. 1 second left, and this first period is in the books. Jason Briones leads Jordan Dick 7-0 in a duel that's tied at 6-6 here at 120 pounds.
And that's just absolutely dominating from the top position for Briones as Dick chooses hop in this one.
Coach Lucina telling him to get on top. He knows he needs to get some quick points back, and he's going to try to get some back points. But Briones is to his feet, and Dick just hanging on for dear life to his hips as Briones tried to pop the hips and came out of bounds. But Quinn, I think if he had about another foot or a step and a half, he might have gotten free.
Yeah, that's the thing on top. You've got a guy there. You're trying to drive him out of the bounds at that point if you know that you don't exactly have him. We want to see the same thing here.
And Briones again ran out of real estate towards the top of the circle, and he will come out. He is just trying to pop those hips and get free of Jordan Dick, get the escape points, and get a chance to go on the attack. Jordan Dick hangs on to the hips of Jason Briones. Briones gets the hands free, will get the extra point, and that will make it an 8-0 score in the second period. A minute 32 and counting left. 6-6, Lisbon and Grafton are tied. Burns got the win in the opening match at 106 pounds for Grafton. Katzen-Waitson got the open weights to tie things up at 6 at 113. And Briones gets a takedown, but they came out.
Again, an incredible high C transition to a double leg there, but couldn't get it in the circle.
So wrestlers will start in the middle of the mat. 1:15 and counting left, period 2.
And right here, you see what Dick's trying to do. He's trying to get a tie-up. He's trying to get his own shot working, but right now Briones is just kind of stifling that.
Briones trying to put some weight on the shoulders of Jordan Dick, and Jordan Dick is locked up with him, and he took a step back trying to get free, but Briones is going to hang on. 50 seconds left in the second period, and Briones wills Jordan Dick to the mat. Jordan Dick pops right up. Jordan Dick goes to shoot, and Briones took a big step back and will put some weight on him and try to swing the hips around to tag on 2 more. He'll get the 2-point takedown. 10-0. Jason Briones leads Jordan Dick at 120 pounds as we approach 30 seconds left in the second period.
Yeah, just a hard position, one that coaches really hate is being tied up ear to ear. There's no advantage for either wrestler, and Jordan Dick just tried going for a shot with no type of setup, and that's exactly what Briones did. Just little snap down, easy workaround, easy 2-point takedown.
And Briones is trying to turn him right over, and he just needs to get the weight of the shoulder. He'll turn over Dick, and he lost control for a second, and Dick was able to bridge out on his shoulder to prevent Briones from getting any points as 3 seconds remain, and we'll see the end of the second period. Jason Briones 10, Jordan Dick no score at 120 pounds. Dual score is Lisbon 6, Grafton 6, and both wrestlers will be on their feet for the final 2 minutes.
And Briones knew exactly what he wanted to do. He looked at his coach and said, I want to go neutral, not his coach telling him, you're going neutral.
And Briones reached for the head of Jordan Dick, and he took a step back. Jordan Dick had a miscue last period that allowed another 2-point takedown for Briones, and Briones has that in the back of his mind as he has both elbows, and he's forehead to forehead with Jordan Dick.
Yeah, he's trying to get that nice little elbow pass. It's going to set up a nice, easy shot for him. But right now he's trying to work that angle, and Jordan Dick's just really kind of hanging on. He's just trying to really play defense at this point. Doesn't really have much offense going for him.
And Jordan Dick will take a step back as he'll grab the arm of Briones. 1 minute, 15 seconds left, and Dick will take him down. He'll get a takedown. Did they award points? They did not award points, but he has Briones in a position where he has them all turned around. Briones really can't go on the defensive here, and Briones will turn over, so no one's going to get points as both wrestlers on the ground, and now they will award 2 points to Jason Briones. He'll take a 12-0 lead. 55 seconds left in the third period.
A headlock that was thrown there, that should have been awarded to Dick, but then with the reversal, Briones gets the pin.
And Briones will get the fall in the third period with 49 seconds left.
Yeah, that was one where coaches, you never like to see a kid try to throw a headlock, but when you're down that much, it's really all you got. And ended up with a reversal with Briones with the victory.
And we'll have an open weight class at 126, so 6 points will be awarded to Lisbon. And just like that, we are tied at 12.
132 for the
Sam Blaze Reinecke will take the open weight class at 126, as we move on to 132. Carter Waldner wrestling for Lisbon. Chance Burns wrestling for the Grafton Spoilers. 12-12, this duel is tied. Carter Waldner, Chance Burns, all tied up in the middle of the mat.
And what do you know, getting locked up right again in head and arm ties, leg to forehead, got to try to get from the railway tracks. Got to get some angles here. Got to work away from the ear to ear.
Yeah, we'll have Central Cass and Grafton wrestling 20 minutes after this one, and then Central Cass and Lisbon, the final of the night.
Nice little single leg attempt there by Burns, but comes right back out of it after a good sprawl by Waller.
Yeah, both wrestlers really haven't been too overly aggressive here, Quinn. They're just really trying to get a feel for the other as we approach a minute left in the first period.
And Burns trying to go with that little outside control. He may be looking for a pass by here, kind of near the edge of the mat. There you go, little fake action. Now he's trying to shoot back in. But right now, Wallner is just controlling it with that little head tie. Has Burns with a nice pass by.
And with control right now is Carter Wallner, as both wrestlers will come out. They'll be brought to the center of the mat. This almost, Quinn has the feel of a heavyweight match in terms of, well, they're probably not trying to put many throws in there, but they're really just tying up and waiting for the first guy to move.
Yeah, and the biggest issue with that, you got to try to take that, and you got to have a setup off of those head ties. And there was a good shot in there by Burns.
Now Burns shot, couldn't get the points, but then Wallner misstep, and Burns wheels him down to the mat, and he's trying to turn him. He'll get the 2-point takedown, pin the shoulder, and a good bridge coming for Carter Wallner with 17 seconds left. Wallner has not been turned for back points yet. At least I haven't seen any from the official.
That was a sit-duck attempt there by Wallner, and Burns just caught him.
Burns has him down. The official will check, and it's a fall.
And there it is.
So Burns will get the win via fall, and it will become an 18-12 score in favor of Grafton. Mike Nelson wrestling for Lisbon, 138 pounds, and this will be an open weight class.
Yeah, Wallner out there trying the sit duck. That's one that you have to really set that up. You can't just kind of go for it. You have to have it fully set up and be in control to hit that move, and that's when he hit and he got caught with it.
Simon Sveum will wrestle for Lisbon. Alex Ibanez will wrestle for Grafton at 145 pounds. It is 18-18 is our dual score, as both wrestlers coming out here.
As the one thing that you hear from the Grafton coach over here saying, he's like always, use your setups. And that's something that we haven't really seen much in the day. That's why guys keep getting caught on these shots.
Sveum 145 pounds, Ibanez 145 pounds for Grafton. The two wrestlers, some hand fighting and going to shoot Ibanez. Sveum will get control of the upper body of Ibanez, and both wrestlers back to their feet.
As
grabbing the single leg, Ibanez, and jumping around right now is Sveum, trying to keep his balance. Both wrestlers come out, and I think Quinn Sveum caught a break there.
He really did. He got caught. He had a Russian on him earlier. And then, Ibanez getting right into that single leg, picks it up, gets him driving. And the only thing to do really there is to hop.
Ibanez will come in and grab the leg and comes to shoot. Sveum again on the defensive. He just needs to sweep the leg, does Ibanez, to get some points, and both wrestlers will come out again.
See, what Ibanez has got to try to do there, he's got to try to pivot, and he's got to get it rotated and work it back to the center of the mat rather than working on the outside.
Wrestlers will be neutral position here for the final minutes of the first period of 145 pounds. No score in this weight class, but the dual score is Grafton 18, Lisbon 18. Wrestlers tied up. Sveum got himself free, and now we'll go after Ibanez again, and he's got control of the wrist of Ibanez. Trying to set something up, then try to get control of the head.
As here, Ibanez, he's looking like he's working for a Russian. I see him trying to get a little single leg in there.
Sveum had the single leg, but Ibanez just kept moving. He had those happy feet, and it got his hips free and allowed him to get away avoid the takedown, and then the wrestlers came out of bounds as there's 27 seconds left. Going for the double leg, Ibanez. He'll get the lift against Sveum, and then we'll have to release because he just was not in a good position to drive.
And they said they're just working really on the outskirts of the boundaries of the mat. And, Ibanez with the double leg shot with no setup.
No score, 15 seconds left. Ibanez goes for the leg of Sveum. Sveum does the same, and Sveum is trying to stretch out Ibanez. 7 seconds left in period number 1. Ibanez has control of the back leg of Sveum. Sveum has control of the ankles as this period will end with no score. It is 0-0 here at 145 pounds.
So it's going to be CM with the choice after the defer. He's going bottom. That's a very typical choice. You're going to see guys pick bottom most often, trying to look for an escape here, and CM follows right in suit with that.
So VM will be on the bottom. Ibanez for Grafton. Ibanez will break him down. Both wrestlers are really a step away from picking up some sort of points in that first period here at 145 pounds. And now we're going to stop the official. We're going to get some blood time here in our second period.
That's a pretty good bleeder there. That's a pretty good stream coming out of the nose on that one.
So we'll have some stoppage here. We'll step aside. Let's take a break. You're listening to High School Wrestling live from Central Cass.
We got just 20 seconds.
Stoppage here at 152 pounds, make that 145 pounds. Simons Fiam wrestling for Lisbon, Alex Ibanez wrestling for the Grafton Spoilers. Our dual score is 18 apiece. Our score at 145 pounds, is no score. Burns got things started with an overtime win via fall against Kelly from Lisbon. And Lisbon got an open weight class win at 113, 120. Went to Baronis for Grafton. 126 open, that went in favor of Lisbon. 132, Chance Burns got a victory against Carter Wallner. That was via fall with 156. 138 was open. Mike Nelson got the points for Lisbon, and that tied it at 18. We had a blood time stop for Alex Ibanez, and the trainer had sent him back out, but
it's now the other nostril that's having some issues. I think it originally was just one, and I think now the blood is actually coming out of the other one.
So now we're going to have a stoppage here of time again as the training staff will tend to Alex Ibanez for Grafton. Our schedule on the nights, we'll have Grafton Lisbon, of course, here in the first duel, a 20-minute break. And Central Cass in Grafton will wrestle after that. Another 20-minute break, and we'll have Central Cass in Lisbon wrestling the final of the night. Of course, we'll keep it here throughout the night, and we'll get some breakdowns of how the night had looked so far, as well as talk about some other things going on here throughout high school sports. And now they're saying Alex Ibanez is ready to wrestle, so Sviam will be in the bottom position. Ibanez will be on top for 145 pounds. No score. The wrestlers went, but the official wasn't ready to go.
Yeah, I see on that one. That's the caution going over there with that was actually given to Ibanez.
Ibanez will take down Sviam, who got up to his feet quick. He was taken down pretty fast as the two wrestlers are fighting for position. Ibanez gets his hands removed from the hips of Sviam and then puts him right back in position, as I think we'll get another stop from the official. More blood time coming from the official as Alex Ibanez has a bloody nose. The officials or the training staff just can't seem to put a stop to.
Yeah, we're gonna see that a lot. The problem is with those nose plugs, it's just finely rolled cotton into like a little tube, and so when it's being stuck up your nose, you have to like fold it, and it's like stretching out your knot. It's really weird, and they fall out a lot easier than you'd think. And especially once with how much blood was coming out of Ibanez's nose, those things plug up quite quick.
So we're going to have some time for the assistant on the training staff to come out here and just spray some of those spots with the sanitizer. And then we'll be ready to go in the second period that has 90 seconds left. No score. Sviam for Lisbon, Ibanez for Grafton.
And then the other thing on that is if it does keep coming out, I have seen it before where they will tape the plugs into your nose.
I don't think Ibanez is going to want that. Of course, I think he wants to finish his match as well, as we're ready to go for the final minute and a half of the second period. Ibanez on top of Simons Fiam. and then we'll get it stopped again.
Yeah, like I said, it's one of those where when it's really bleeding like that, look at that plug is completely soaked. Yeah, that plug is just completely soaked right now. Oh.
So if you're just joining us here, it's Alex Ibanez for Grafton, Simon Spiem for Lisbon. Ibanez had a bloody nose about a minute or so into period number 2, and this is the third time we have stopped for the training staff to tend to him to try to figure out a solution to be able to continue on with this 145-pound match. Still to come, 152, 160, 170, 182, 195, 220, and 285. Quinn, we went right on the start of 106, something we don't see too often.
Yeah, I'm absolutely baffled with how much blood is coming out of Ibanez's nose. He almost looks like a fighter out here. Gonna need Stitch to come in
and I think they'll have Ibanez come back out on the mat. They'll clean the mats. VM is being tended to by Coach McCleary and Coach Lucina, as they're just trying to get some of Ibanez's blood spots off him. So it seems like an attorney that we've been stuck at 1:22 left in this match in the second period, and the officials deem things ready to go, or just about ready to go. Ibanez will be in the up position against VM. And here we're set to go. Ibanez will break down Spiem. 1:17 left, and we will stop again.
Yep, like I said, it's just with how much blood is coming out of there, the actual plug can't really stop that.
And I think the option point we're at right now will be tape.
Yeah, I definitely think that they're going to have to figure out something to stop this one, but this is what we'd call a good old-fashioned bleeder.
So we got the training staff tending again to Alex Ibanez for Grafton. Usually we would take a timeout in these situations, but it seems as though every time we have, it's been a quick solution. So they'll put Ibanez back out. They'll put 1:17 left in the second period. No score at 145 pounds. Ibanez in the up positions. VM to his feet, trying to get the hips free. Ibanez trying to get some leverage. Both wrestlers will come out of bounds.
And the good thing there, Ibanez definitely getting the lift going. And so that way he didn't get the stall call. He did attempt within that 6 seconds to bring CM down.
So the stoppage comes because the wrestlers go out of bounds. The officials want to check up some blood spots on the mat, and now we're ready to go. 110 left at 145 pounds. And Ibanez with control against Simon Spiem. And a stop again from the official. And we will get more blood time.
I'd hate to say I'm shocked, but I'm not. So there's a lot that's going on. I mean, it's almost as if it's like he broke his nose, and it's just flowing out of his nose at this point.
As the blood continuing to come out of the nose of Alex Ibanez.
At this point, it's almost making me lightheaded. I feel like I'm losing this much blood.
And the trainers training to the 145-pound wrestler for Grafton. And I think we're going to take some more time on this one. There's a minute on the scoreboard, but
that's the only issue here is now the blood time. You get 5 minutes per match, and we're now down inside of a minute. So if we can't get it stopped, it's going to be a forfeit.
And it's not too often that I think it gets to these points where you have to start considering the full usage of that blood time. Quinn, I know you've been around a lot more wrestling than I have. I've never seen it go to the full extent that it's called for a forfeit of a weight class.
I have. My buddy Jose Taylor, his nose, you used to look at him and his nose would bleed. He actually ended up getting surgery to get the skin cells and all the inside of his nose burned, so his nose would no longer bleed. But it would be about you'd kind of look at him or tap on the shoulder and it would start bleeding. And I saw him have blood time 3 times that he lost matches because of blood time.
Well, they're going to have 24 seconds left on blood time, I believe, is when they stopped it. So if we do have another stop for Ibanez, it could come right down to it. There's 104 left in what has seemingly been the longest 104 left in the second period of 145 pounds. And
that's what
we're going to get blood right away from Ibanez, and the officials will start the time, and there's 20 seconds. And I think we will end up having to see a forfeit come here, Quinn, at 145 pounds.
And that's what, as soon as he started to take that step back out on the mat, that plug was already completely full of blood.
7 seconds left here on blood time. We got to remember that Ibanez, as well as Fiam, will still have more matches on their schedule for tonight, and that could affect the ladder for Ibanez.
Yep, and there it is with the final of blood time, and it's not that, we can't see the blood's trying to stop. It's one of those where we just got to call it.
So Fiam will get the points, and that will make it 24-18. Ibanez will lose via forfeit because of the full usage of blood time, and we move on to 152 pounds. Bowden Greenlee for Lisbon will wrestle against Jose Rodriguez for Grafton.
Yeah, just making sure all the blood is cleaned up before we do get this next one started off.
Thanks for joining us here tonight. Our coverage of this wrestling triangular at Central Cass High School. Lisbon against Grafton in the first. It'll be Grafton against Central Cass in the second. Lisbon against Central Cass in the third.
The bad thing for that with Ibanez, one of the, something like that, it's not on him. It's not anything that he did. It's just one of those where he just can't get it stopped.
24-18 is the lead for the Lisbon Broncos here in this first duel. As we're underway, Rodriguez and Greenlee. Greenlee goes to shoot on Rodriguez. Rodriguez will sprawl down, and Greenlee will roll out the head and had control of the hips. They awarded 2 points to Greenlee, and then they gave the escape points to Rodriguez.
And just he let him back up. He gets the 2 points right again after a nice fireman's carry. Nice, good takedown. Lets him back up.
Yeah, Greenlee trying to make up some points for Lisbon. He'll
with an
let Rodriguez down
sweep.
And lets him up. Greenlee has had a history of success with this Lisbon wrestling team at the state level, and he is trying to work some points as he brings down Rodriguez, gets him down, and will roll him on his back, and it's going to be a fall. So Greenlee gets the win via fall. That comes with 1:20 left in the first period. Greenlee will tag on some points for the Lisbon Broncos as they add to their lead, and we move on to 160.
Yeah, great job done there by Greenlee. He, really was able to bring out his full repertoire of shots. He knew exactly what he was doing coming in. He was coming in, hey, I'm going to take him down, let him back up, and ended up throwing him for the final victory.
2 open weight classes. Jaden Smith will take the win. Jordan Showers will take the win at 170. Hunter Schultz at 182. So now our score moves to 52-18. Avery Dick will take the open score at 195. And now we'll move on to 220. Gabe Lyons out for the Lisbon Broncos. Felipe Garcia will come out for the Grafton Spoilers. 54-18, the advantage for the Lisbon Broncos. So Garcia against Gabe Lyons. Garcia goes to shoot. Lyons looked like he just want to grab, take control of the upper body and put him right down.
Yeah, he was trying to go for just a bear hug there and blow right through him. He's trying to get underhooks. He's trying to dig up underneath and jack Garcia up.
1:32 and counting left, first period here at 2:20. This will be our last match of this duel as of right now, Grant Lyons for Lisbon is the only wrestler listed at 285. It's open right now for Grafton. And coming in to shoot is Gabe Lyons. And coming right back up to his feet, Garcia. Both wrestlers will come out of bounds.
And there it is. He was able to get those underhooks. He got that trip. And crazy enough, on the night, we have blood time again.
And we will see a steppage to the side for Gabe Lyons for the Lisbon Broncos. And we'll take some time between these matches and then get ready for Central Cass against Grafton. That will be the second of the 3 tonight, and then Central Cass will wrestle against the Lisbon Broncos.
Yeah, I'd like to say I'm shocked, but that's the third one of the night.
We saw Alex Ibanez have to lose via forfeits for running out of blood time against Simons Fiam at 145 pounds.
Yeah, so Lions here, I think they do get the blood stopped. Now it's just a quick cleanup that's on the hands of, when you first feel you always check to see, you never know. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it's blood. Well, when it's actually blood, it's then stuck in your hands, so you got to get that stuff off.
So Garcia back out for Grafton. Lions out for Lisbon. No score. Moving towards a minute left in the first period at 220 pounds. This Lisbon's team has been well decorated the last 2 seasons, winning 2 state championships a year, looking for another double championship this year, which we're hoping things will go well for every wrestler to have a postseason this year.
Lions definitely pushing the pressure there. Multiple different shot attempts, pass-bys, trying to get to over-unders, trying to look for maybe a throw or trip as he comes here to the near side of the mat. Yeah, he's definitely looking for that trip.
And he will bring down Garcia, and he'll get 2. Garcia quick to get to his stomach to avoid the fall.
He was trying to go to a little chicken wing half combo.
Now Rodriguez is fighting right now. He gets turned by Gabe Lyons, and he'll get the escape for a point to make it 2-1. And then Garcia went right after Lyons, and he'll release.
A Granby roll out of a half. Haven't seen that one done too many times, as Lyons definitely pushing the pressure.
So tying up upper body, Gabe Lyons. Garcia trying to just really go on the defensive as he is brought down by Lyons. Lyons brings him right down. We'll get the points, but the period ends. It will be 4-1 Gabe Lyons going into the second period.
As that was that cement mixer that we saw that Burns was trying to run earlier in that 106 match, that Lyons was actually able to get. And he took it from his feet and actually did a suicide version of it where you roll to your own back to get the guy over.
So in the opposition will be Gabe Lyons. Felipe Garcia will be down for Grafton. 2 minutes back up for the second period, 220 pounds. 6-1, Gabe Lyons has the lead for the Lisbon Broncos.
That's one. He's definitely getting it broken down there as Garcia did try to stand up, but he was brought right back down. And as Lyons right now working that chicken wing half combo.
Lyons trying to get a turn against Garcia. He will get Garcia on his back and will be on top. The official comes down. I think we'll get some near fall points. And now we're going to get a reversal and back up to his feet as Garcia. He's in control of Gabe Lyons. 8-3 is the score. Garcia tries to throw on Lyons, has Lyons down. Is he going to get 2 points? I think he is. And 9-5 will now be the score in favor of Gabe Lyons for Lisbon at 220, but Felipe Garcia in control. He'll get Lyons down on his back.
He was never able to get the 2 count there as he got him in a little short headlock. And this is just a lot of scoring. The ref awarding stuff very quick, and now we're back up to the neutral position.
10-5, Gabe Lyons leads Felipe Garcia at 220 pounds, and we're going to get a stop from the official.
As there was definitely a lot of scoring that went really quick. There was a reversal, and then there wasn't a reversal, and there was a stand-up, and then a 2 takedown awarded, and another. So there was a handful of scoring that went on there that the coaches here just trying to make sure that everything's correct.
And I think that's what the stoppage is. It's funny, as we get the stoppage to check at the scores table for what the score should be, the young men on the sideline already came out with the spray guns thinking that we had some more blood time coming.
Yeah, they really have been on it tonight. I'm really happy to see how quick these kids are to get it wiped up nice and fast.
This is the last event before the Christmas break for these wrestlers. Of course, the Lisbon Storehawk tournament coming up the 2nd. That's always a big one. And then the 9th, wrestlers will be back here at Central Cass for their tournament. On top of that, a lot of triangulars, a lot of quads coming up. Lisbon, I know on their schedule, does have a true duel against Valley City.
And then he gave you a takedown without giving us a skate. Yeah, no, we're good.
And then Coach Lucina
so just trying to get everything cleared up as these coaches good to go. They understood what's going on. Being able to follow the action there, so we're right back to it.
So it was 10-5 was listed as a score. They've adjusted it to 10-3. The lead for Gabe Lyons for Lisbon over Felipe Garcia of Grafton. 39 seconds left in the second period. Grant Lyons, 285, going through his warm-ups, which is what is an open weight class for Grafton. So this should be the last we see of this duel as both wrestlers will come up to their feet.
And a quick low single shot by Lyons there.
Now Lyons came right for the lower body of Garcia. Has Garcia down for 2 more points to make it 12-3. There's 25 seconds left. Garcia on his stomach right now. Lyons plenty of time to try to end this one.
And he was trying to work on that chicken wing right back to what he had done earlier and getting Garcia onto his back. And we're getting really close to that out of bounds there. He should try to work him back in bounds.
9 seconds left in the second period. 54-18, the dual score in favor of Lisbon, as both wrestlers will get a stop for both wrestlers with 4 seconds left. And it's really, Quinn, was close. It was 24-18 before the barrage of open weight classes came at 160, 170, 182, 195, all in favor of the Lisbon Broncos, and that pushed their lead to 54-18, where we stand right now.
And we saw another Granby roll attempt there by Garcia to try to get the escape and won. But to that point, in terms of the actual open weight classes and stuff like that, the biggest problem is there was no opportunity for them for Libsyn to lose this duel. They had 7 open weight classes. They only had to wrestle 6 guys. So at absolute worst, if they lost all 6 matches, they still would have won.
And we're going to get a stoppage of time, and it looks like Gabe Lyons wants to talk to head coach Rich Lucina. We'll get a stoppage here before we head into the third period. But yeah, talking to head coach Clayton Dahl about his Grafton team. Again, you look at their lineup: 7th, 8th, 10th, 7th. A bunch of juniors, 3 juniors in their lineup, a sophomore, but no seniors, just a young team. And he said we just have problems filling weight classes already, and they're just happy to come out here and compete and get a chance to develop these wrestlers. Everyone, once the pause came of sports, was really kind of scrambling to get a schedule together and maximize competition. That's why we're seeing a lot of triangulars midweek coming for these wrestling programs. In the third period, 1:47 and counting left at 220 pounds, 12-3. Gabe Lyons leads Felipe Garcia.
And right there, he's trying to go for that little tilt, but he just can't get his hips good enough under him.
And Garcia will stay on his stomach. Lyons jumped out to an early lead here in this 220-pound matchup.
And there he is, he's running that chicken wing half combo again.
And he's going to turn Garcia, and Garcia is able to get his shoulder free and repositioning his Lyons. Lyons trying to get the fall here, has 1:09 left in the third period. And there we go, we'll get the fall.
And the final, just being able to lift that head, taking all bridge capabilities away from Garcia. Lyons with the victory there.
So 60-18, the advantage for the Lisbon Broncos. And Grant Lyons will come out to take the open weight class at 285. 66-18 will be the final here in duel number 1 of a triangular tonight. It is Lisbon defeating the Grafton Spoilers. Lisbon staying undefeated in dual competition this season. 66-18 will be the final score. We'll step aside. We'll come back to talk a little bit more about this first matchup between Lisbon and Grafton, and then get you set up for our second match of the night, which will feature Central Cass in Grafton. This is High School Wrestling live from Central Cass High School.
Do you feel like there's never enough time to get everything done before planting? The window for spring work is quick and unforgiving. Give yourself the upper hand with the ProTill High Performance High Speed Disc. More and more farmers agree the ProTill is the right tool for springfield conditions and heavy residue management. Zero maintenance bearings, independent disc technology, oversized pins and bushings allow the ProTill to handle whatever field or conditions you can throw at it. Dagelman Industries.
Life. It's game nights, bedtime stories, binge watching your favorite shows, baking up a family tradition, and staying connected with those you love. It happens day and night, on weekdays and weekends, on everydays and holidays, with family, friends, and neighbors. And whether it's on their street, your street, or even our street, we're there. Cass County Electric. Call us at 701-356-4400 and visit us at CassCountyElectric.com. Cass County Electric, powering life.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinner. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Victory over the Grafton Spoilers, 66-18, as Lisbon really able to capitalize on the open weight classes at 113, 138, 160, 170, 182, and 285. Not that Lisbon isn't a talented enough wrestling team, but let's look at the matches we did have. Cruiser Burns got the win at 106 against Seamus Kaiser. That was a fall in overtime. Jason Baronis, a win over Jordan Dick at 120. A win for Chance Burns over Carter Wallner at 132. Alex Ibanez suffered a loss to Simons Fium in a close match. Well, it was a close match at that point, but Ibanez just running out of blood time. Bowden Greenlee a win via fall at 152 for Lisbon. And then Gabe Lyons a win via fall over Felipe Garcia at 220. Quinn, through the matches we saw through the night, what were your thoughts?
We're seeing some good wrestling here. I think that the thing that you hear hollering from both coaches is definitely setups while the guys are in the neutral position on their feet. And it's really one that it's great for the coaches to say and do, but at the same time, when you're out there on the mat, they're just actually hard to execute. But, you're seeing a lot of good shots, a lot of good defending, and then on top, you've actually seen quite a lot of really good riding out of these guys. They're switching off from one move to the other. They're really maintaining that pressure down. I really am impressed, especially at 106, Cruiser Burns was phenomenal on top for that entirety of that match, and he was just keeping Kelly down. He was switching off from one move to the next, over to the other one, and now at this point, I think he's going to be able to take that on for the rest of the year.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that was very impressive, as we mentioned, at 106 pounds, is just how fast those wrestlers worked and how quickly they worked, and you see that a lot coming at those lightweight classes. Now, we didn't get really into the heavyweights. Grant Lyons did not have to wrestle at 285, but I think, Quinn, we saw some matches in those middleweight classes that felt like a heavyweight match in terms of, as you mentioned, they were setting up moves, but really not executing moves.
Yeah, and I think I'd kind of touched on it earlier as well. The one thing that coaches hate is when guys get ear to ear when they're tied up. They're just sitting there, they're ear to ear, they're not doing anything. Neither guy has an advantage. They're just kind of going back and forth, pushing and pulling. We call it being on train tracks because there's just two trains hitting at each other head on. You have to get an angle to be able to take a shot, and you saw too many guys just up and drop to try to get a leg, and that's just really not how it works.
You may hear the PA announcer in the background here, and what we're looking at is some preliminary matches with some of the young squirrel wrestlers and some of the young spoiler wrestlers. They want to get the young guys some matches, so those will be going on here as we wait between matches for our second duel of the night, and that will be against the Central Cass Squirrels against the Grafton Spoilers, as the young guys now coming out here to wrestle for a preliminary match again here. I think we're going to have 3 or 4 preliminary matches come our way before the next dual match. So let's step aside again. Let's get another timeout. You're listening to coverage of high school wrestling live from Central Cass.
Do you feel like there's never enough time to get everything done before planting? The window for spring work is quick and unforgiving. Give yourself the upper hand with the ProTill High Performance High Speed Disc. More and more farmers agree the ProTill is the right tool for springfield conditions and heavy residue management. Zero maintenance bearings, independent disc technology, oversized pins and bushings allow the ProTill to handle whatever field or conditions you can throw at it. Dagelman Industries.
Life. It's game nights, bedtime stories, binge watching your favorite shows, baking up a family tradition, and staying connected with those you love. It happens day and night, on weekdays and weekends, on everydays and holidays, with family, friends, and neighbors. And whether it's on their street, your street, or even our street, we're there. Cass County Electric. Call us at 701-356-4400 and visit us at CassCountyElectric.com. Cass County Electric, powering life.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinnett. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
Next up, we're looking at Grafton against Central Cass. That will come after these preliminary matches that are happening between Central Cass and Grafton. We'll have a few preliminary matches and then roll into the final 2 duels of the night, which both should be very good. As looking ahead at our lineup for Central Cass and Grafton, we do have a few open weight classes, but we're pretty full near the start of this duel. So Central Cass, a team that looking to build on some success they had last year. So will be a good duel. That second one coming up here in just a few minutes out here tonight at Central Cass. We'll step aside again. This is high school wrestling live from Central Cass.
Riverside Building Center knows the hard work, dedication, and teamwork.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you feel like there's never enough time to get everything done before planting? The window for spring work is quick and unforgiving. Give yourself the upper hand with the ProTill High Performance High Speed Disc. More and more farmers agree the ProTill is the right tool for spring field conditions and heavy residue management. Zero maintenance bearings, independent disc technology, oversized pins and bushings allow the ProTill to handle whatever field or conditions you can throw at it. Dagelman Industries.
Life. It's game nights, bedtime stories, binge watching your favorite shows, baking up a family tradition, and staying connected with those you love. It happens day and night, on weekdays and weekends, on everydays and holidays, with family, friends, and neighbors. And whether it's on their street, your street, or even our street, we're there. Cass County Electric. Call us at 701-356-4400 and visit us at CassCountyElectric.com. Cass County Electric. Powering life.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Needs to be challenged. Back in the game to your team.
It is high school wrestling coverage tonight at Central Cass. Central Cass at Lisbon and Grafton wrestling a triangular tonight. Some prelim matches going on right now between Central Cass and Grafton. And then we'll have Grafton and Central Cass coming your way here shortly. Lisbon took the first duel, 66-18. Lisbon now 5-0 in dual competition this year. They defeated Lemoore, Oaks, Bishop Ryan, and Carrington. So they've had some big wins so far on their season. Wrestling this year almost primarily quads and triangulars, along with some tournaments coming up. Lisbon will have their Storehawk tournament on January 2nd, January 9th. Central Cass will have their tournaments here, and with hopes of completing enough to have a state wrestling tournament, which is still scheduled to be held in February. We may see a split between the regional and sectional individuals and dual competition, just in case of any COVID-related issues that may come between those. But a lot of precautions put in place this winter sports season, and so far, coming out of the pause, we've seen a lot of positive results, not just in wrestling, from other sports around the states. Grafton and Lisbon, Grafton and Central Cass coming up here. Our next dual competition. We'll step aside again. This is high school wrestling coverage live from Central Cass.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinner. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you feel like there's never enough time to get everything done before planting? The window for spring work is quick and unforgiving. Give yourself the upper hand with the ProTill High Performance High Speed Disc. More and more farmers agree the ProTill is the right tool for springfield conditions and heavy residue management. Zero maintenance bearings, independent disc technology, oversized pins and bushings allow the ProTill to handle whatever field or conditions you can throw at it. Dagelman Industries.
Life. It's game nights, bedtime stories, binge watching your favorite shows, baking up a family tradition, and staying connected with those you love. It happens day and night, on weekdays and weekends, on everydays and holidays, with family, friends, and neighbors. And whether it's on their street, your street, or even our street, we're there. Cass County Electric. Call us at 701-356-4400 and visit us at CassCountyElectric.com. Cass County Electric, powering life.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies.
Back at Central Cass High School, preliminary matches still going on between Grafton and the Central Cass Squirrels, and then we'll have Grafton Central Cass varsity wrestling, and then after that, about 20 minutes after that wraps up, we'll have Lisbon against Central Cass, so we'll have that for you here coming up tonight. Again, an undefeated dual season for Lisbon as they defeated Grafton in the first duel by a score of 66-18. So a big victory for Lisbon coming in that first dual competition. You can hear the crowd getting into these preliminary matches as Central Cass's wrestler gets the victory. I'm Joel Morgan, Quinn Redmond with me here on the night, and it is fun to be out here and have some wrestling, especially with so much uncertainty on the season.
Yes, exactly. And I definitely think of, people definitely get into it right there as what's going on is you're seeing two kids who either have gotten almost no mat experience or this is definitely their first time out. It's always great to see the teams and crowd rally around team. Guys, first times out on the mat and really getting experience into the world of wrestling.
And I think something that is always so unique about wrestling is the fact that you're with these guys all the time. You're wrestling these guys in practice. It's a one-on-one competition sport, so you do really, I think all sports you get close, but you really feel close with your fellow wrestlers, and that's why there was so much excitement in some of these prelims we've had with these young guys really getting that mat time.
Yeah, you go through the same pain, especially through as you get up to the more intensive stuff, you start cutting weight, guys are cutting weight with you. So at the end of the day, you're all in there grinding, battling out together. They are your teammates. You walk into the mat room for practice and it's basically they turn into your enemy for a little while. And afterwards, it's, we're all one team, but at the same time, iron sharpens iron. You kind of have to get after each other, especially when you're in the mat room.
was about to say is that these guys who don't see a lot of mat time, they're making their wrestling counterparts so much better. And these JV guys, these freshmen who have to wrestle these juniors and seniors. I mean, juniors and seniors fully understand what they do for them.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a big part, in having those guys extra there. And then I know on the other side, a lot of times those varsity guys are staying around to help out. They want these guys to get better too, because basically what they want to see happen is they want to see them take their place when they're gone. And so you love to see the varsity team rallying around and helping these guys out, doing as much as they can, because they know they're not going to be there forever. They know that these guys are eventually going to fill their shoes, and they want to keep this great legacy that's going on.
And we had another final score on this prelim match. Again, the big one coming up next will be Central Cass against Grafton. We'll have that for you here coming up. Once we're done with these preliminary matches, we'll have the full fanfare come for that second match as we'll go through the lineups with the PA announcer and then get everyone ready to go to see another dual competition. 66-18, Lisbon defeated Grafton and the first duel of the night, and we'll see what the second one will bring between Grafton and Central Cass. We'll step aside again. This is wrestling coverage live from Central Cass High School.
Find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallet Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinner. Wallet Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
Starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that people are really going to appreciate.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you feel like there's never enough time to get everything done before planting? The window for spring work is quick and unforgiving. Give yourself the upper hand with the ProTill High Performance High Speed Disc. More and more farmers agree the ProTill is the right tool for springfield conditions and heavy residue management. Zero maintenance bearings, independent disc technology, oversized pins and bushings allow the ProTill to handle whatever field or conditions you can throw at it. Dagelman Industries.
Life. It's game nights, bedtime stories, binge watching your favorite shows, baking up a family tradition, and staying connected with those you love. It happens day and night, on weekdays and weekends, on everydays and holidays, with family, friends, and neighbors. And whether it's on their street, your street, or even our street, we're there. Cass County Electric. Call us at 701-356-4400 and visit us at CassCountyElectric.com. Cass County Electric, powering life.
Wrestling on a triangular tonight between the Central Cass Squirrels, the Grafton Spoilers, and the Lisbon Broncos. 66-18, a victory for Lisbon, the first of the night. Central Cass and Grafton will be wrestling when we get through these preliminary matches, and then Lisbon and Central Cass will have the final competition of the night. Quinn Redmond with me here on the evening, and Quinn, it's something that has to be put to practice on the nights is the time that wrestlers are going to need to have between matches. And we started at 106 when we wrestled in our first match. I would imagine we're going to start at a different weight class when it comes to wrestling in duel number 2.
Yeah, they should end up bumping it up. I believe they're going to bump to 113. And with Grafton having an open spot there, we're basically going to be starting with 120. But you bring up a good point in terms of wait times. Now, the only thing is sometimes with the triangulars, in terms of one team and what's going on now with having this break with 8 matches in between, you might have a chance to actually start over at the same weight, just so that way teams are all starting at the same. You're not giving two guys, we're all going to be about the same level of rest.
But again, those are things this year as we look at how many matches they're trying to put together before the state tournament. Those are things that are really going to have to be monitored by coaches, athletic directors, and trainers. And Quinn, those are jobs that reason why we're not in jobs like that is how much of a balancing act is going to happen between all parties involved.
And all I got to say, that's above my pay grade. and you know what? I'll let those guys make those decisions. And when they say, hey, we're wrestling, I'll show up.
Something else that will be factored into a lot of these wrestling tournaments that traditionally have been your traditionally bracketed wrestling tournaments are now all going to start going to a sort of round robin, or not all of them, but a lot of them will be going to a round robin format, again, just for the sake of getting matches in this 2020-2021 season for these guys. I mean, when it's going to come down now to seeding for the regions, for the state tournaments, do you think number of matches are something that's going to have to be equated in there?
It ends up being a very interesting, tricky situation when you start talking about where seedings are, because really, in terms of a lot of states, the way that they do it is they do it based off of a coach's decision, based off of what happens coming out of the regionals and sectionals. And you have this big meeting of, okay, who needs to be seated where and what needs to go on. I think definitely the amount of matches helps, but it's kind of the same situation with, if you look to college football, well, okay, Ohio State played 5 or 6 games. What level of team are they compared to, let's say a Clemson or a Notre Dame or a Texas A&M? It's kind of the same thing that's going on with wrestling. It's like, okay, this kid got 20 matches, and he lost a few of those, but then you got a kid who has only wrestled a few. It's just this interesting play. Then you have to look at where the other kids are ranked and who they were wrestling against and what's really going on. But it's again, that same situation where, I'll let someone else deal with it. I'm glad we don't have to.
And that's something, and I think wrestling coaches know who these top wrestlers who came back from last year. But I think more of that's going to figure with North Dakota having unseeded wrestlers is I think some of those guys who will be unseeded or on the fringe, they may see some impact come into that competition or come into that seeding when it comes to the wrestling tournament. Quinn, I know you have not been to a wrestling tournament in North Dakota. I will say it is an incredible 3 days at the Fargo Dome, and I know everyone in the wrestling world they hope that it goes as planned, but hopefully like to get some more fans filling that stadium up and just having a great, enjoyable experience coming in February. 66-18, Lisbon defeating Grafton. We'll have Central Cass and Grafton still to come, and then Lisbon and Central Cass still to come on the evening as well. We'll step aside again. This is Wrestling Live from Central Cass.
Riverside Buildings. So much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinner. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you feel like there's never enough time to get everything done before planting? The window for spring work is quick and unforgiving. Give yourself the upper hand with the ProTill High Performance High Speed Disc. More and more farmers agree the ProTill is the right tool for springfield conditions and heavy residue management. Zero maintenance bearings, independent disc technology, oversized pins and bushings allow the ProTill to handle whatever field or conditions you can throw at it. Dagelman Industries.
Life. It's game nights, bedtime stories, binge watching your favorite shows, baking up a family tradition, and staying connected with those you love. It happens day and night, on weekdays and weekends, on everydays and holidays, with family, friends, and neighbors. And whether it's on their street, your street, or even our street, we're there. Cass County Electric. Call us at 701-356-4400 and visit us at CassCountyElectric.com. Cass County Electric. Powering life.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are
will match up at 106 pounds. It will be Cruiser Burns against Evan Volk for Central Cass. Cruiser Burns victorious in overtime against Seamus Kelly at 106. 113 will be an open weight class with Brady Peterson going for the Squirrels. Jason Baronis will be wrestling at 120 pounds for the for the Grafton Spoilers. And Quinn Baronis was very impressive in the competition and the match that he wrestled back against Lisbon when he wrestled against Jordan Dick. He really got out to a quick start.
He really did. He just came out. He knows exactly what he's doing. You know, he's definitely been training hard in the mat room. He knows exactly what's going on and really how everything's rolling.
He will wrestle Josiah Crandall at 120 pounds. 126 pounds will be an open weight class for Grafton. It will be Central Cass putting Aiden Olsen Tinglestead will wrestle at 126 pounds. Trance Burns from Grafton at 132 pounds will wrestle. He was victorious via fall at 132 pounds. He'll wrestle Jed Johnson at 132 pounds. 138 will be open. Peyton Lamar will be wrestling for Central Cass. Alex Ibanez will be wrestling at 145 pounds. Ibanez's loss, Quinn, back against Lisbon came via forfeit. He ran out of blood time there pretty fast.
Yeah, I hope they were able to finally get that stopped. I know he was walking around. He had a pretty good-sized paper towel hang out of his nose. It wasn't soaked with the blood, so I think they were able to get it stopped.
Saxakia will wrestle for the Central Cass Squirrels. Jose Rodriguez, 152 pounds, will wrestle against Jaden Bartz. And then we'll see open weight classes at 160, 170, 182, 195, 220. Felipe Garcias for Grafton will go up against Nate Burley for the Central Cass Squirrels. And then an open weight class at 285, Dylan Sell will wrestle for Central Cass. So we will see some good competition, and then we'll run into that wall of open weight classes for Grafton. But Gwen, as we saw during preliminaries, is these spoilers wrestlers are getting some experience that they need to help develop that Grafton program.
Yeah, definitely for sure, and that's the best part is, still seeing, I talked about it earlier, of these varsity guys really getting involved, really helping out these guys just based on the fact that they know that eventually they will be gone and these guys have to take their place. They're really trying to build the team. They want to continue a legacy. They want to get something built for themselves now, and they want to be able to continue it helping out other people. So we're definitely going to be able to get it started off and get rolling here pretty quickly as teams doing their final meetings, trying to, team slogans, stuff like that, stuff to focus on really what's going on.
And it will be 113 to start things off, and that is an open weight class with Brady Peterson will take the forfeit for the Central Cass Squirrels. So Central Cass will take a 6-0 lead to start things off. Jason Baronis at 120. Will be wrestling against Josiah Crandall at 120 for Central Castle. This is the first competition we are going to see, and we're just going to get a check-in at the scores table.
For Central Cass, it's Kate Olson Tinglestead.
Oh, we're actually going to get a switch. Kate Olson Tinglestead will wrestle at 120. Jason Baronis will wrestle at 120 for Grafton. So we have our first switch of the night. Kate Olson Tinglestead for Central Cass, Baronis for Grafton. Baronis got out to a quick start. His last competition against Jordan Dick, a victory against the Lisbon Broncos. Broncos, by the way, winning that first duel 66-18.
And Tinglestead here really trying to jack up, trying to get double overs as he looked for a second like he was going for a throw.
And Baronis got the single leg, and he ran Olson Tinglestead out of bounds as the wrestlers will come back to the center of the match. Minute and a half here, first period of 120 pounds. Dual scores in favor of the home Squirrels, 6-0, and as the open weight class coming at 113, Brady Peterson taking the forfeit. Baronis going for the leg of Olson Tinglestead. Olson Tinglestead will grab his leg, and he has some control, but can't get the hips around as both wrestlers will come out. Baronis got the turn of Olson Tinglestead, but no points will be awarded. Now both wrestlers will come out.
Yeah, Olson Tinglestead going for a little head whip there off of a front headlock. Basically, glad that he was able to get the roll through there and get out of bounds, because otherwise he would have been on his back.
And Olson Tinglestead, the aggressor there, and Baronis just tossing the shoulders to the side to get himself free. He'll try the same again. This time Olson Tinglestead will go for the single leg, but again, both wrestlers will come out.
And it was a good pass by there by Olson Tinglestead, being able to drop down to the single, knowing what Baronis was about to do. But, like you said, once again, near the edge of the mat.
Wrestlers center mat to resume the final 50 seconds of the first period. Central Cass and Grafton, our second of three. The final will feature Lisbon and host Central Cass. Central Cass on January 9th will be hosting their wrestling tournament. Wrestlers tie up high. Olson Tinglestead looks to be the aggressor against Jason Baronis, 120 pounds. He will bring Baronis down. Baronis will grab the single leg, and Olson Tinglestead will drive down, and Baronis has control of the leg. Baronis brings him down, and he has him on his shoulder. He'll get the 2-point takedown.
As well as he's got a bow and arrow cradle locked up, trying to get it tighter, trying to switch it, trying to drive that over.
And Baronis on the drive on Olson Tinglestead. 7 seconds left in the first period. Time is in favor of the Central Cass wrestler as both to their feet. 2 seconds left. Olson Tinglestead will get him down. Reversal points. He'll get the reversal points as the period is in the books. 2-2 the score. Going into the second period.
Olson Tinglestead able to work out of that bow and arrow cradle to get a double leg to actually get the reversal out of that one.
So it will be Baronis on top here at 120 pounds against Olson Tinglestead. A 2-2 match. And what has been a good one to start out this duel between Grafton and Central Cass. The Squirrels a 6-0 lead. Brady Peterson getting the points at the open, 113.
Yeah, Grafton head coach not happy with that one, knowing that Barones had that cradle locked up. All he had to do was rotate him over, and he would have been getting back points. But he then switched off the move, allowing Olsen Tingelstead to get the reversal.
Olsen Tingelstead got to his feet. Barones will keep control of the single leg, and he's trying to bring him down. Olsen Tingelstead is trying to get himself free to try to pick up the 2 points, or excuse me, the point. He gets the leg free, will throw down on the weight of Jason Barones, and Barones on his feet. Both wrestlers will come out. No points have been awarded. So the score stays at 2-2, 1:15 left in the second period.
And it looked almost like there was a break where there could have been a chance where Olsen Tingelstead could have gotten that escape one, but referee deeming still control by Barones.
Olsen Tingelstead with the sit-out, Barones with control of the upper body. It seems like not a lot that Barones can do here from this position if he doesn't turn those hips. Barones trying to get control of Olsen Tingelstead's leg, and we're going to get a stop from the official.
Yeah, a little potentially dangerous going on right there. So running that move from there on top with the hammer across the back, it has to stay flat and has to stay at a 90. Otherwise, there's risk for shoulder injury.
So with control is Jason Barones here at 120 pounds. Josiah Crandall originally scheduled to wrestle, but a switch coming for the Central Cass Squirrels. Olsen Tingelstead in competition for the Squirrels. 2-2 the score. 35 seconds left in the second period. And Barones trying to turn Olsen Tingelstead.
And Barones for a second looked like he was trying to run with something that's called the Tulsa ride, where you just take your head and burrow it in the back of the bottom man's arm and be able to get it underneath and run it. But Olsen Tingelstead being able to switch his hips, get out, and now looking for a reversal here.
Olsen Tingelstead now with the reversal against Jason Barones, 4-2. Olsen Tingelstead's lead. 5 seconds left in the second period at 120 pounds.
And with that, he's right on the border of that chicken wing. He's able to get. He doesn't know. Referee has to double check on it, wants to make sure. And this is the decision between the scorer. No back points given, as the referee and the scorer wanted to double check, make sure if he started the count before the 2 seconds or if he did get the full 2 for the near fall. So no points awarded, just a reversal there.
Yeah, Olsen Tingelstead had Barones on his back, and again, as we mentioned, the time just not in favor as we go into the third period. 4-2, Olsen Tingelstead leading Jason Barones at 120 pounds. Central Cass against Grafton. Central Cass with the lead in the duel, 6-0, with the lead in the match, 4-2.
And Olsen Tingelstead, on his feet, trying to go for those double overs again. Now back down in that front headlock position, trying to work it around, but Barones just powering through him.
A great job on the Grafton sideline to prevent the wrestlers from landing where there was just no mat left. As the wrestlers tie up center of the mat, and it's Olsen Tingelstead changing levels quick with control of the upper body of Jason Barones. Under 90 seconds is all that is left in the 120-pound match, and it's been a good one so far between Grafton and Central Cass. 4-2, Olsen Tingelstead's lead.
And with the control there, after a quick little kind of pass by from Olsen Tingelstead, he's able to get Barones down, get the leg hooked for the 2-point takedown, and now he's working right on top of the offense and already working into a chicken wing as he's looking to get around, and that's what he almost got the back points on at the end of that last period.
Yeah, Kate Olsen Tingelstead the takedown of Barones to make it 6-2, 50 seconds left in the third period.
See, the issue here for Olsen Tingelstead, he's not getting out to actually run that chicken wing. He's trying to power it over like a half. He's got to get out and run it basically around his head as he decides to switch and decide to run some cross body ride.
And both wrestlers will roll over and getting control. Barones, he'll get the reversal. He'll get 2. That makes it 6-4, 30 seconds left in the match. And Barones just needs to get some back points. The fall would be ideal as well, but back points here, and we're going to get potentially dangerous, I believe.
No, right there, he touched at least earlobes. That's a full Nelson. Illegal move there by Barones. Now down, instead of just being down 2, now down 3.
So 7-4 is the score. 19 seconds left in the third period here of 120 pounds. Barones trailing Olsen Tingelstead by 3. Trying to get a turn of Olsen Tingelstead, 7 seconds, and the official will stop again.
Just another potentially dangerous there. Arm a little far behind the head.
Wrestling will resume. 5 seconds left in the third period. Olsen-Tinglestead, the 7-4 lead. And I think that's our final. It will be. Kate Olsen-Tinglestead gets the 7-4 victory at 120 pounds for Central Cass Squirrels. Squirrels take a 9-0 lead.
So the nice 3 points awarded for the decision victory by Olsen-Tinglestead. A hard-fought match there. Definitely one that I guarantee you the Grafton head coach is definitely upset about the fact that we had Baronas with the cradle. Could have gotten the pin early in the first period. Gave it up and ended up losing that match.
So now we have an open 126. More points for Central Cass. The Squirrels take a 15-0 lead. Chance Burns for Grafton at 132. Jaden Johnson for Central Cass, and these two going right out of here at 132 pounds.
And Burns locking it up. He's definitely looking for that pass by trying to break hands as he's taking a quick attempt in on a single there, but really just, again, not using many setups tonight, not getting change of motion.
With the single leg control is Chance Burns, and hopping around is Johnson.
So he's got that lifted up. He goes ahead and switches a nice little front trip over the top of the knee, brings him down, and Burns working right into offense on top, getting wrist controlled, looking for a half.
On the night, Chance Burns, a victory over Carter Waldner.
And there it was. There was that
Lisbon.
Tulsa ride that last match that we had that Briones was trying to run. Briones. Burns able to get it though.
Burns with Johnson's shoulders down. The official getting in there close to see if we get the fall here in the first period. And they do. Chance Burns gets the fall. It comes with 56 seconds left in the first period. And Burns gets the win and gets some points for Grafton. 15-6. Central Cass with the lead.
So yeah, exactly what Briones was looking for in that last match with that Tulsa ride. And Burns did it almost to perfection with working right into his offense as soon as he got that takedown, taking his head, putting it right into the tricep, driving it through, getting the turn and the fall, giving his team some points on the scoreboard.
138 is open. Peyton Lamar will take the win for Central Cass to make it 21-6. We move on to 145 pounds. Alex Ibanez will come to wrestle for the Grafton Spoilers. And Zach Zecchi will wrestle for Grafton.
He doesn't have a plug in his nose, so they were able to get the blood stopped.
Ibanez, a loss against Lisbon, ran out of blood time, something you don't see all that often, but it happened tonight, and that allowed the win for Simons Fium for Lisbon. As coming in to shoot aggressively, Ibanez, Sucky was able to bring him out of bounds.
And there it is, Ibanez working, trying to get wrist control, trying to get some actual motion going, trying to create some type of angle here.
Secchi was reaching towards the legs, but changing level pretty fast. Ibanez here at 145 pounds. 21-6 is the dual score in favor of Central Cass. Lisbon, though, victorious in the last match we had. It was Chance Burns with the win. Peyton Lamar then picking up points in the open weight class at 138.
And right there, Ibanez trying to go for a fireman's carry. Doesn't have a chance to really get it. Now pushed out near here on the near side, and we're still neutral.
Zach Zecchi was able to pull the Lisbon, or the Grafton spoiler out of the circle.
And again, getting back on the train tracks as both wrestlers controlling one of each other's wrists. Really, again, not many setups here. Guys just kind of working in for shots. Ibanez working right there, taking another shot. Not much of a setup, driving, and they're right out of bounds again.
Man, we've seen that happen quite a bit here on the night. Both wrestlers come out of bounds. We've seen the Lisbon wrestling team leave the gym to go to the auxiliary gym to start their warm-ups for the second duel that will come after this one between Central Cass, which will be the final of the night. Well, of course, we'll have that coverage for you continuing on here. It is Ibanez. Kenseki aggressively will bring him down. So Alex Ibanez will take a 2-0 lead at 145.
And right here, he's got it close. He's got that crossface cradle. I think he's almost got it locked up. There he is. He's rocking it back now.
Zecchi is brought back. The shoulders are down. The official will get the fall. Alex Ibanez able to finish the match and wins via fall at 145 pounds. And he will get some points, 21-12 Central Cass's a lead. And on to 152, Jose Rodriguez for Grafton.
Good for Ibanez there, definitely getting a chance to finish out the match. No blood time, no plugs even inside the nose, so getting a chance to finish out the match there as we get right off to this next one.
Jaden Bartz for Central Cass, Jose Rodriguez for Grafton, and then we'll have open weight classes after this, but these two tying up here quick. Rodriguez on the losing end of a fall against Bowden Greenlee against Lisbon earlier tonight. Bartz takes a step back from Rodriguez, and then the two engage near center mat. Just over a minute and a half to go in the first period at 152 pounds.
So Bartz here controlling a lot of the tempo, a lot of head fakes, head snaps. He's controlling the tie. Had a shot there. Now he sprawls out, trying to circle around, locks him up in a front headlock. He's definitely creating the action here. He's the one dominating, controlling it. As Rodriguez finally gets back up there, trying to work back to the center of the circle.
Rodriguez went to shoot from a distance, and Bartz was able to take a big step back. Both wrestlers on their feet. Rodriguez goes to shoot. Bartz sprawls out, gets behind him. That was a nice job swinging those hips around for the 2-point takedown.
Just an incredible snap. Bartz was definitely prepared for that one. As he's trying to run a half here, Rodriguez doing a good job looking away, doing that counter as he's just kind of smothering him on top right now, and Rodriguez laid out flat, not really much to do, and again, another half being run.
And Rodriguez fighting to get to his feet as Bart's trying to get some back points. 30 seconds left, and he turns Rodriguez, but doesn't really have too much control of the upper body as Rodriguez will get back to his stomach. 25 seconds left, first period, 152 pounds. It is Jaden Bartz, a 2-0 lead against Jose Rodriguez for Grafton.
Bartz with that chicken wing. That's what Olsen Tringstead did not do earlier. He actually ran it out around his head. He's got him on his back now. He's north-south, got it locked up around the head. If he can elevate the head, he's going to stop that bridge.
Rodriguez on his back right now. Near fall points coming for Bartz, but he would like to get the fall. And 1 second, he runs out of time. And the near fall points will be given to Jaden Bartz. 5-0 his lead going into the second period here at 152 pounds.
Just a good job by Bartz, though, moving from one move to the other. He had a half on one side, switched to the other, and then ended up with a chicken wing, ran it around the head, was able to get his 3 near fall points as he chooses bottom, getting ready to go in the second period.
So Bartz will be on the bottom, Rodriguez on top here in the second period. 21-12, the dual score, Central Cass leading Grafton. Grafton losers earlier on the night against Lisbon, 66-18. This is the final competition of the night for Grafton. Central Cass will turn right around and wrestle defending state champions Lisbon. To his feet, Jaden Bartz trying to get the hands free. He does. He'll get the point for the escape. 6-0 Central Cass's lead.
Bartz did a good job there. He hit a knee slide to get that escape and was able to finally break the hands away. And so here he is, getting back in that front headlock, looking for a bow and arrow cradle. I think he's got it locked up. He's pretty close to it. Instead, just muscles it over.
And gets the takedown against Rodriguez, makes it 8-0. Has that cradle in position, just needs to find a way to drive down the shoulders of Jose Rodriguez. He will get Rodriguez down. Near fall points being awarded. Bart's trying to end it here, and he does. Fall for Bartz comes in the second period, and more points coming for the Central Cass Squirrels. 27-12 their lead.
Good job by Bartz there. He had the bow and arrow cradle. He was then able to work through and just transition it just to a regular half, keep him on his back, lift the head, and get the victory.
Aiden Olsen, Tingle said, Marcus Bifford, Anthony Houle, and Garrett Hagan will all get wins via the open weight class. So Haugen will get the win. He is going to come out, and that will put us at 160, 170, 182, 195. Our next match coming up at 220. And that will be our next competition, 51-12, the lead. So 51-12 advantage for the Central Cass Squirrels. Philippe Garcia for Grafton at 220. Nate Burley for the Squirrels. So wrestlers will shake hands. We're ready to go. Philippe Garcia lost via the fall to Gabe Lyons for Lisbon, and headgear comes off for Garcia.
Yeah, sometimes you think that you have those things buttoned, but it actually, it sounds like it does, but it's not a full clip in.
So the wrestlers will go at it again here. 8 seconds into this one. Garcia was the aggressor on that, and it's given Burley some control of the upper body of Garcia, but Garcia able to reposition himself. Garcia gets free. The two wrestlers break the tying, and now coming to shoot was Garcia. He shot from far away. Burley will get him down and on his back. Burley has control of the upper body of Felipe Garcia.
Watch for the roll through there.
And Garcia able to get the reversal. He's going to get Burley on his back.
He's able to get a half. He might be able to secure it. There it is.
Garcia has Burley down.
This really could be it. If he's able to get control of the head and lift the head, he's going to be able to end this one.
The official almost wanted to get the fall points. Garcia was down and all of a sudden brought himself right back into it.
And Garcia really got to lift in. There it is.
Felipe Garcia gets the fall. How about that? Burley not only had him in a takedown, had him on near fall points, and then he gets the roll in the reversal. 51-18 advantage for Lisbon, and we're going to have an open 285. Central Cass, and Central Cass will come away with the victory in this one, we'll go back to 106. I forgot a weight class. 57-18 is the score. I forgot that we had started Quinn at 113, so we will go to 106. Evan Volk for Central Cass, Cruiser Burns for Grafton.
Yeah, Burley on that one got a little advantageous, but ends up with a win for Garcia.
So we're back to 106. Cruiser Burns a victory against Seamus Kelly in overtime via the fall against Lisbon. And that's what we're seeing here is these two 106-pound wrestlers be aggressive. Evan Volk tied up with Cruiser Burns for Grafton.
And Volk definitely trying to push the tempo here. He's definitely chasing after Burns. Finally able to get some actual circle motion going on so that way Burns isn't just backing up. But they got it locked up, and Volk still trying to push the pressure as Burns is controlling the ties, though.
Coming in to shoot is Burns. Sprawling out is Volk. Burns has the leg, gets the drive, brings Volk down. He'll get 2 points as the wrestlers work their way out of bounds, but 2 points coming for Cruiser Burns against Evan Volk. 2-0 the lead with 1:16 left in the first period. Final match of this duel between Grafton and Central Cass here at 106 pounds. A win for Central Cass, 57-18. This one, Cruiser Burns wrestling for pride as Volk to his feet. Burns will bring him right back down.
As he's switching, he's got a bunch of different moves he's switching to on top. It is Volk kind of looking as a stalling motion. He's kind of just rocked up right now, not allowing Burns to do anything. This could end up being a stalling called on Volk.
Burns trying to get some upper body control of Volk to try to get the turn. 47 seconds left first period. 106-pound weight class.
And there it is for Burns. Burns able to get that hammer out as he then switches, goes over to the half, trying to get the drive over, and there's the count.
Burns will turn Volk, and the official will get down close. Near fall points being awarded, but if Burns can get control of Volk's upper body,
he got to stay in bounds there.
And they came out of bounds.
But good job by Burns, knowing that they're near the side of the mat, still being able to come away with those 3 near fall points, extending that lead. But definitely good job there, switching from one move to the next one that opened up.
20 seconds left in this first period.
And right back to that power half. Wow.
5-0 the lead for Cruiser Burns. Burns will turn Volk. The official gets in, and we'll see a win via fall.
Just took that power half, sunk it in deep, and ran it right over the top.
So 57-24, that will be the final.
Dual match between Grafton and
Central Cass, the win over Grafton. Grafton goes 0 for 2 in dual competition on the night. And that will bring us to our final duel of the night. That will feature the Central Cass Squirrels and the Lisbon Broncos. And we will get some time between the start of that duel. We'll step aside. Let's take a timeout. This is Wrestling Live from Central Cass.
Ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinner. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you feel like there's never enough time to get everything done before planting? The window for spring work is quick and unforgiving. Give yourself the upper hand with the ProTill High Performance High Speed Disc. More and more farmers agree the ProTill is the right tool for springfield conditions and heavy residue management. Zero maintenance bearings, independent disc technology, oversized pins and bushings allow the ProTill to handle whatever field or conditions you can throw at it. Dagelman Industries.
Life. It's game nights, bedtime stories, binge watching your favorite shows, baking up a family tradition, and staying connected with those you love. It happens day and night, on weekdays and weekends, on everydays and holidays, with family, friends, and neighbors. And whether it's on their street, your street, or even our street, we're there. Cass County Electric. Call us at 701-356-4400 and visit us at CassCountyElectric.com. Cass County Electric, powering life.
Tonight, let's go back to our first dual competition. It was Lisbon over Grafton, 66-18. Grafton then falling to Central Cass, 57-24. A lot of open weight classes for Grafton as they end the night, but the wrestlers definitely getting some good experience tonight against both the Lisbon and the Squirrels. We're now looking at what we have here. One open weight class, 138, but we will have a full slate of competition beginning for Lisbon and Central Cass. And a big change of dynamic about the whole dual competition, the fact that we will not have those open weight classes.
Yeah, and that's one where, earlier for both teams, there was no chance for Grafton to win either one of those duels. They were giving up just too many forfeits to where they could have gone out and gotten a pin in every single match and they still would have lost. So that's definitely a big thing. It's a big change, and now coming out in this one, you're about to see two teams, really have to put every match on the line. Every match counts, and I definitely more on the side of Central Cass, where hey, we are giving up a weight class. We're already starting off basically down 6-0, so we got to make up that one duel.
The matches that we did see happen between Central Cass and Grafton and Lisbon, we got to kind of see the full extent of those weight class competitions, and I think Hugh, that gives us a gauge of what to see in those weight classes for Lisbon and Central Cass. We've seen both 106-pound wrestlers go. We've seen 120-pound wrestlers go, 132, 145, 152, 220. We've seen all those weight classes wrestle, and both, I think, similar results against the mutual competition on the night.
Yeah, it's going to be one. It's going to be a matchup of Volk and Kelly for 106. They both lost to Cruiser Burns. Cruiser Burns with a overtime victory versus Kelly for Lisbon. So it's going to be one where definitely starting off at the lower weights. The Grafton, they were pretty solid at their lower weights. They came away with a few victories. It's going to be one, so I'm very interested to see the full slate of matches. We got 12 matches in this one. Like you said, not only that one forfeit at 138, as now the Central Cass team comes in after a little. Coach had to go and talk to him after that one. Always want to make sure, hey, let's get things straight. Let's have a little pre-duel conversation between us and the team, and really what's going on, what I'm looking forward to, what I want you guys to be working on, and stuff like that. And hey, it's now or never. This is the last duel tonight. Leave it all out there on the mat.
Exactly it. And Central Cass again is going to have some light warm-up paces, but for the Lisbon Broncos, they're going to kind of went through some of their full warm-up paces as the teams will now stand to the sideline. Let's take another break. We'll come back. We'll get the start of Grafton and Lisbon. This is wrestling coverage live from Central Cass, Grafton and Lisbon. Grafton, Lisbon and Central Cass coming up next.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
No time getting into competition here. We're going to start at 120 pounds. So that has Jordan Dick for Lisbon, Josiah Crandall wrestling for the Central Cass Squirrels. And Lisbon had thought that they would go through the starting lineup announcement, but instead they want to get things rolling right away. So their wrestlers not quite ready to get out there, as Josiah Crandall stands center, ready to go. Jordan Dick will now have to check in at the scorers table and come here to wrestle at 120 pounds. The only open weight class we have listed is 138 pounds. So it will be a full slate of matches here for Central Cass and Lisbon.
All right.
And both wrestlers tie up immediately as the whistle sounds here at 120 pounds of our final dual competition of the night. Coming in to shoot is Crandall, and he will get Jordan Dick down. Will get a quick 2 points.
And so there it is. Crandall trying to go right into his offense, trying to go right on that power half there. And he's got it synced in pretty deep. If he can get it there, gets it over.
Jordan Dick on his back. Back points being awarded to Crandall. Dick just trying to avoid being pinned here right now within the first 30 seconds of this 120-pound match. The official coming down low. Josiah Crandall trying to get some leverage against Jordan Dick.
And definitely what's being told to Crandall right now is you had a lot of time and didn't even need it. What a way to start off.
Via the fall, Central Cass will score first. So Crandall gets the victory, and the dual score will be 6-0 Central Cass Squirrels. Blaze Rinke will wrestle for the Lisbon Broncos. Cade Olsen-Tinglestead will wrestle for Central Cass at 126 pounds, and they're going right at it as well. Rinke went right for the ankles of Olsen-Tinglestead, and Olsen-Tinglestead's going to sprawl out.
Yeah, we're seeing here there with Rinke. He's got it drived up right now, kind of locked up on a single leg. Referee decide, you know what, we're at a stalemate there. Let's get back up to our feet.
So both wrestlers will stand up at their feet. 6-0, the dual score in favor of the host Central Cass Squirrels, our final of this triangular tonight. Rinke is aggressive, has the leg of Olsen-Tinglestead, will bring down Olsen-Tinglestead and gets the hips up. Quinn, I think there's a situation that Rinke or Olsen-Tinglestead had a little bit of time to maybe pop up and get no points out of that.
Yeah, so what happened there with Rinke is he hit a great pass by, dropped down straight to the single leg, ran the pipe. Easy takedown for him there after he got that leg up. Now he's riding legs, trying to get something worked here. He's got a chicken wing locked up. He's got to keep that straight across the back as he goes. He's got a half on the other side. So really just swarming on top, moving from move to move. He's got that half rolling.
Now Rinke has Olsen-Tinglestead trying to roll him on his back. He'll get Olsen-Tinglestead on his back. Nice bridge by Olsen-Tinglestead to stay alive, and Rinke trying to adjust to get control of the upper body.
Yeah, switching from the regular half to the reverse half, trying to get that head lifted, basically take the bridge capabilities out from Olsen-Tinglestead.
35 seconds left in the first period. And Rinke will take a lead 5-0, 30 seconds left in the first period.
And Rinke going right back to that chicken wing as he's trying to get out to the side, trying to run it around. Trying to get a little rake motion back in and try to drive it right back across as he's still running it, trying to get out to the side, really work that around the front of the head. And now he's going to try to switch, maybe go back for that half that he had that last time. And there he is. He gets that half synced in deep. He's got 6 seconds to go. Gets it back over again.
Now Rinke will turn over. Olsen Tingelstead, 2 seconds left, and he is out of time. I think there will be some more back points awarded as we go into the second period of competition here at 126 pounds. 7-0 the lead for Blaze Rinke against Cade Olsen Tingelstead.
Just really good motion on top there for Rinke, moving from one move to the other, comboing them together, that chicken wing half combo, being able to get those last 2 near fall points to end out the period.
And Cade Olsen Tingelstead will be on top of Blaze Rinke to start the second period. 6-0 dual score in favor of the Central Cass Squirrels. We have a full slate for the final of our triangular as Rinke will get control of Cade Olsen Tingelstead.
Yeah, Olsen Tingelstead was trying to ride legs there, and Rinke knew exactly what to do, got his arm underneath, almost had a bow and arrow cradle locked up and got rolled through, and all he got was the reversal on that.
9-0 the score. Blaze Rinke with the lead over Cade Olsen Tingelstead, 126 pounds. And Rinke
going right back into what he tried to start off with when he got on top last time. He's going to that cross body ride, looking for a banana split here, trying to get that leg back across, might switch to a guillotine.
And Cade Olsen Tingelstead just been purely on the defensive here this second period.
And there it is. There he is. He's trying to switch to that guillotine. If he can get that arm behind the head, it's going to be easy for him to rock it back over. Olsen Tingelstead, see, he's grabbing on the inside of his leg, doing a good job to counter that. It's behind his head now. There's really, it's pretty hard to defend that from here.
And Rinke will roll over. Cade Olsen Tingelstead's going to get some reversal points. So a misstep on that guillotine by Rinke, and Cade Olsen Tingelstead is on the scoreboard, down 9-2, 45 seconds left in the second period.
Rinke getting a little sloppy. Instead of having his hip up, he had his hip down. A little bit easier for Olsen Tingelstead to roll through, exactly what he did. Now he's trying to be able to work his offense, trying to get that power half on top.
30 seconds left in the second period, and Cade Olsen Tingelstead is extending the arms of Blaze Rinke to try to take away any sort of leverage he has, but Rinke's got himself to a good base, and he's in position. If he can get his head free, he can get some reversal points, but not before Cade Olsen Tingelstead will regain some control. 10 seconds left in the second period.
He's looking for a little pop out here. He's going to be able to actually turn this into some offense as he gets into a front headlock and stands it up for the one escape.
Rinke will get a point, 10-2 the score. Period 2 is in the books at 126 pounds. Blaze Rinke for Lisbon leads Cade Olsen Tingelstead of Central Cass 10-2. Dual score 6-0 Central Cass's lead. And Cade Olsen Tingelstead will be on top for the final period.
A little caution awarded just based off the starting position. He was a little low on the elbow. Have to be right on that elbow if you're on top to start off.
And Cade Olsen Tingelstead will break down Blaze Rinke pretty fast here. Minute 45 and counting left in this 126-pound match. We'll move on to 132. Carter Wallner and Jaden Johnson wrestling next.
Rinke did a good job early fighting hands, and Olsen Tingelstead trying to ride legs again, and Rinke's able to catch that. Now he's got that. He's trying to drive it, get Olsen Tingelstead onto his hip, move it to his butt, and be able to transition and get that reversal too.
Rinke trying to get free for the reversal. He'll get the 2 points. 12-2 the score. Minute 17 left here in this 126-pound match.
And Rinke going right back to his bread and butter of what worked in that first period, trying to get the chicken wing on the right side. Actually gives it up. Now he's switching. He's going to try to switch to a ball and chain. He's just going through the whole gambit of moves here.
Now a minute left in the third period. Blaze Rinke a 12-2 lead.
So he switches off from the ball and chain. He doesn't like it. He's going back to, again, what worked earlier, trying to look here, trying to fight back for that chicken wing, gives it up. Maybe he's thinking about riding legs. He looked like he wanted to for a second, maybe trying to now for a tilt.
And getting up to his feet, Blaze Rinke. Cade Olsen Tingelstead was on his knees. Rinke broke him right back down. 29 seconds left in the third period.
And there it is again, trying to get that chicken wing, but Olsen Tingelstad doing a good job on bottom, being able to defend that, trying to get base back up, try to get back to his feet, try to maybe get some points to score here.
15 seconds left. All that really Blaze Reinke has to do is keep moving, avoid a stalemate, and run out this final 5 seconds, and he's on pace to do that. He'll look up at the clock. He sees his time as this one ends, and Blaze Reinke will get the win 12-2.
There you go.
Major decision victory, and Lisbon will get on the scoreboard. 6-4 the score.
So a good job there by Reinke getting the major decision, winning by 8+ points there, getting the victory by 10, getting 4 points for his team.
Jaden Johnson for Central Cass, Carter Wallner for Lisbon, 132 pounds. 6-4 the dual score in favor of Central Cass.
Wallner here definitely controlling the tie. He's got control of the outside elbow, trying to work in. Again, guys just locked up. They're kind of train tracks now. Not much of a setup there for Wallner as he's trying to drive in for a shot.
Wallner goes for the shot, and he will get the takedown. He brings down Jaden Johnson, and the wrestlers will come out of the circle.
So good job there by Wallner, getting the double leg, being able to crack it right in the back of the knee joint, being able to break Johnson down there, get the takedown, and we're back to the center now.
And a caution will be given to Jaden Johnson, rather Carter Wallner.
That same situation, just wasn't right there on that elbow. A little bit lower, he's on the forearm. You just got to start in the right position, that's all that is.
And he'll break down Jaden Johnson and will extend the Squirrels wrestler to Carter Wallner from Lisbon. He's trying to get a turn on Johnson. Johnson will crawl back to his base, and Wallner looking at another position. He is pulling the hands of Johnson between his legs to try to get some leverage to turn him over.
There it is. There's that ball and chain. We saw Reinke kind of do that in that last match. He'd held it for a little while, but Wallner doing a good job here with wrist control as Johnson's able to break back out. He's flat now on his stomach. Not much really going for him. He's able to base back up, but man, Wallner just keeps moving from one move to the next. He had a crossface earlier that he was trying to work with. Now he's trying to work with the ball and chain, going back to wrist control.
40 seconds left in the first period. We are at 132 pounds. Our next weight class, 138, is the only open one for Central Cass on the night. Both wrestlers will come out of bounds. Stops time with 35 seconds left in the first period. 6-4 dual score in favor of Central Cass. Lisbon has not lost in dual competition this season.
And good job there by Wallner again, getting that wrist control, getting that easy breakdown on Johnson as he starts to go for that crossface cradle. He's almost got it. He's almost got it locked up.
Trying to get a better position in the upper body of Johnson to turn him over. 17 seconds left. He will turn him back, and the official will come in and look. We'll get a count coming. The official will check the shoulders. Wallner's getting some back points right now, but would like to get the fall. Has 5 seconds left, and he will get the fall.
Good
Carter
job
Wallner
there by
wins
Wallner.
via fall, and Lisbon will take the lead. It is 10-6. Lisbon leads as we move on to 138 pounds, and that is an open weight class.
Good job there by Wallner, though, being able to move from one move to the next and eventually getting that crossface cradle, seeing Johnson balled up a little bit, locking it up, and taking control there.
So Mike Nelson gets the win on the open weight class for Lisbon, makes it 16-6.
For Lisbon, Simon Steve for Central Cass, Zach Secchi.
Simon Speem will wrestle for Lisbon. Zach Zecki will wrestle for the Central Cass Squirrels as we move on to 145 pounds. We started at 120 here in this final of the triangular.
And Seam winning that earlier match against Grafton as he had won based off of blood time expiring, and now he's getting a chance to really wrestle in this one.
He beat Alex Ibanez. Ibanez used all 5 minutes of blood time, but that was a good match before that interruption came, and Sviam wrestled well, and he's in control of the upper body of Zach Zecki right now here at 145.
Right there with Secchi, he's trying to shoot in for that high C, as now it then switches, and Siam able to get a little bit of a reversal shot, reshot action going on.
As Siam got control of the leg, and Zecki just kind of broke down on top of him. Hand fighting going on between the two as We look at a minute 10 left first period here at 145 pounds. Zeki drops levels quick and comes right back up to engage Sviam.
Zeki trying to work from a Russian, trying to get around, catch an angle there as CM just driving him out of bounds.
Two wrestlers will come out of bounds and will come back to the center of the match. Back against Grafton for Sviam against Alex Ibanez. There was 90 seconds left in the period. It was the longest 90 second with the amount of time we lost due to blood time. Two wrestlers tie up. Zeki will go towards the legs of Sviam. Sviam will sprawl out. Zeki tries to come up with the leg, but can't get full control as Sviam will work Zeki's upper body.
That was a nice little swing single attempt there by Zeki. And as he's getting it there, he's kind of caught a little bit of a front headlock. He's got his both arms kind of trapped underneath, trying to work out to the side there, able to get his head finally back out.
CM will go for the legs of Zeki, but the wrestlers will come out of bounds. 26 seconds left in the first period.
We're seeing a lot of coaches like to call shot reshot. So it's a form of setup is defending a shot and being able to shoot right after that happens. And that's what we've seen this entirety of this first period.
This is high school wrestling tonight, coming to you live from Central Cast, the final of our triangular coverage. Lisbon winning the first one against Grafton. Central Cast beating Grafton in the second. This is the final, the rubber match of the night for these two teams, as the winner will get a straight sweep and 2 victories tonight as Zeki shot on Simon Sviam. And the first period ends. No score at 145 pounds. Dual score is 16-6 in favor of the Lisbon Broncos.
As Zeki is going down in this one, still locked up, but you know there was a lot of action there, a lot of back and forth. It wasn't just kind of figuring each other out. As CM gets the cradle locked up right off the whistle.
Sviam was in the up position for the second period, got the cradle on Zeki, has Zeki down, the shoulders are down and a fall. So Sviam gets to finish this one with a fall, and Simon Sviam will add some more points to Lisbon's total, 22-6.
Yeah, Zeki with a stand-up where he left his head and knee way too close to each other. CM capitalizing it, jumping right to it, and taking it for the fall.
Bowden Greenlee wrestling for Lisbon. Jaden Bartz for Central Cast at 152 pounds. Greenlee coming right at Bartz. These two knowing it's going to be a big match, and Greenlee will bring Bartz down. He'll get 2 points for the takedown, and he'll let Greenlee gets the takedown. Bartz gets up, gets the point. Greenlee goes right after him, and Bartz will sprawl out, but Greenlee will get free and gets behind him for 2 more points.
And Greenlee, what he's doing here, he's definitely taking control of the match. He understands what's going on. He got the single and the takedown early, cut him, comes right back with little short fireman's.
Greenlee comes after Bartz. Bartz to shoot. Greenlee sprawls out. Greenlee trying to get himself in a position to turn Bartz.
Greenlee working from that front headlock position. He's just getting Bartz flattened out. He's now going to work around, try to get behind that ankle, try to get that full control in the takedown. But Bartz holding on here as that's now the 2, and he's got it locked to cradle up. He's locked it up. He might try to switch off here, try to get a little bit tighter.
Greenlee leads 6-2 with that takedown. Will turn Bartz. Has the cradle on him, needs to get the shoulders down, and the 2 wrestlers will turn. And now Bartz will try again.
And so with what he did there, he did a little suicide cradle to try to get it, but then he finally bulls it right over and gets Bartz flat. So Greenlee with the fall there.
Third fall of the duel. Bowden Greenlee will get it at 28-6. Lisbon's advantage over Central Cast. Jaden Smith for Lisbon at 160. Aiden Olsen-Tinglestead will wrestle for Central Cast. So the wrestlers tied up. Aiden Olsen-Tinglestead against Jaden Smith.
Schmidt here with a good defend. Try to get that. Now he's got outside control. See, this is the difference between ear to ear. He's got his head actually in the temple, controlling that tie rather than just locked up. Both guys clinched up ear to ear.
Both wrestlers tying up fast. Aiden Olsen-Tinglestead trying to get free of Jaden Smith. Smith will get the single leg, but the wrestlers will come out towards the Lisbon bench. Coach McCleary, Coach Lucina both jumping in front of the wrestlers who are barricading towards Simon Sviam, who was sitting next to them.
And a quick shot there by Olsen-Tinglestead. He tries the lat drop, something that is more of a freestyle Greco move.
Smith will get the points for the takedown off that miscue as the wrestlers come out again. And I think, Quinn, maybe this is to the favor of Jaden Smith. Not that you want to go out of bounds, but he just really didn't seem to have a plan coming into that control he had against Olsen Tinglestead.
Oh, he didn't have much control there, and he's definitely got to try to work to get Olsen Tinglestead back down, as he's just kind of tripoded up right now. He looks like he's trying to get the cradle. He's just trying to work from move to move. He's trying to, now he's switched. He's got that hammer. He can go all the way across. He's now decided to switch it. He's going for, he wanted the chicken wing instead, and he's got the half running on the other side.
50 seconds left in the first period at 160. It is Jaden Smith for Lisbon. A 2-0 lead against Aiden Olsen Tinglestead, and Olsen Tinglestead will get free for Central Cass, makes it 2-1. Olsen Tinglestead goes for the single leg, and he has control of Schmidt, will bring Schmidt down, gets 2 points, takes a 3-2 lead with 34 seconds left as the wrestlers come out of bounds.
That was just a great transition there by Olsen Tinglestead from a sweep single to a trip, got right on top, definitely pushing the action here.
34 seconds left in this period. And it's Jaden Smith in control. Rather, Aiden Olsen Tinglestead in control of Jaden Smith. Smith to his feet, gets free for the 1-point escape. 3-3 the score. 20 seconds left in the first period.
Schmidt getting free there just purely because of controlling the wrist of Olsen Tinglestead as he goes for a fireman's carry, gets it and sticks it to the back as well.
Schmidt brings down Olsen Tinglestead, has him on his back, trying to force down those shoulders for the fall. It would be the 3rd straight fall for Lisbon if Jaden Schmidt can get it. Time not on his side, but he'll get 3 near fall points to make it an 8-3 score.
Yeah, great shot there by Schmitz, getting that fireman's carry, taking it straight to his back, getting the stick there, and couldn't get the chance of the fall, but still getting the 2 and the 3 near fall.
Aiden Olsen Tinglestead will be on top of Jaden Schmidt. 8-3. Olsen Tinglestead trails, tries to turn Schmidt right away, and Schmidt is working his way back to his stomach. Next up, 170, Jordan Sowers for Lisbon. Marcus Biffords will wrestle for Central Cass. Wrestlers to their feet, getting free is Jaden Schmidt. He'll get his 9th point of the match to lead 9-3. Immediately ties up Aiden Olsen Tinglestead. Goes to shoot on Tinglestead, who sprawls out. Tinglestead working over Schmidt. If he could turn him over, he can get points. Both wrestlers to their feet, and Jaden Schmidt with control of Olsen Tinglestead.
Schmidt trying to go for that same fireman's carry. Didn't get as deep in on the shot, and Olsen Tinglestead almost able to turn that front headlock into some points.
2 wrestlers will come out of bounds again. Coming in to shoot, Aiden Olsen Tinglestead right out of the whistle. Jaden Schmidt will post up on him and will come around to get the 2-point takedown, makes it 11-3. A minute left in the second period.
Schmidt using that quarter Nelson, trying to not be able to allow Owen Tinglestead in a suicide crossface cradle this time. Schmidt gets it all the way to his back, and he's got control of this one. Owen Tinglestead fighting to not be pinned again in this one.
Jaden Schmidt getting some back points off Aiden Olsen Tinglestead. A 14-3 advantage, 40 seconds left in the second period. And that was as close as you can get, Quinn, without actually getting the fall as he works the upper body once again.
And he's running that power half, and he's got the cradle locked up again. Will he try the suicide version again? He will.
So a turnover by Jaden Smith of Aiden Olsen Tinglestead. Olsen Tinglestead works his way free again. 20 seconds left in the second period. 17-3 the lead for Jaden Smith over Aiden Olsen Tinglestead.
One more for a tech for Schmidt here, as he's able to get 6 points on near fall with 2 suicide cradles.
7 seconds left in the second period. 28-6, Lisbon leads this duel against Central Cass. 17-3, the lead for Jaden Smith over Aiden Olsen Tinglestead, and he's going to try to turn Aiden Olsen Tinglestead one more time. He can't as we go to period number 3, and a commanding lead for Jaden Schmidt of Lisbon.
This is now at this point kind of do or die for Olsen Tinglestead, because if he gives up a takedown, it will be a tech, so he's got to definitely push the action, push the scoring here.
Neutral position to start the final period. Jaden Schmidt looking to set up that shot. He will bring down Aiden Olsen Tinglestead. Almost try to spin around, almost went too far as he gets the takedown, and that will be it. Jaden Schmidt will win via the big tech fall, 17-3. And Lisbon's lead moves to 33-6 onto his 170 pounds. Jordan Sowers against Marcus Biffert.
170 pounds for Lisbon, Jordan Sowers. Central Cast, Marcus Biffert.
Jordan Sowers, All-State football player this last season, returning state champion, will get a takedown against Marcus Biffert, which within the first 10 seconds will let him go and wants to try it again.
Sowers definitely controlling all action here with an incredible double, getting moved over there. He's trying to get a little Biffett to stand up here. He wants to continue to push that action, get some takedown work in. As he gets another takedown, he's just kind of pushing Biffett around right now, saying, yeah, I'm going to get another takedown here as well.
6-3, it's a 6-3 lead for Jordan Sowers here quickly. Make that 8-4 as it's just been that pattern of takedown and release. As he's trying to work him into a cradle, he'll work Biffert into the cradle and Biffert will roll his way through it.
Yeah, Sowers is kind of like, all right, I'm going to get another takedown here, lets him back up. Going to shoot after it again, going to try to get control there, inbounds, count that 2, as he's got the bow and arrow locked up. And he says, okay, we're enough of this. We're going for the pin this time.
Sowers will turn Marcus Biffert. The official will call the fall. Sowers wins via fall. The 4th fall in this dual competition. Jordan Sowers will push the lead to 39-6. Lisbon over Central Cass. Hunter Schultz at 182 for the Lisbon Broncos. And Central Cass, Anthony Poole will come out and wrestle.
Just a good job there by Sowers, though, really pushing the action, controlling, running his offense, knew exactly what he wanted to do before that match even started, and that's definitely what we saw there.
I think see a little bit of, I guess you'd call it unofficial blood time, as there was blood that came as the match ended, and they're just tending to the mat right now to keep things clean. Recapping our scores from the night in duel number 1, it was Lisbon 66, Grafton 18. In duel number 2, it was Central Cass 57, Grafton 24. 39-6, Lisbon's lead here as we move on to 182 pounds. Again, Hunter Schultz, Anthony Poole will wrestle for Central Cass.
So yeah, at this point, just trying to dry up that cleaner that's out there. The wrestling shoes, with a little bit of moisture, they get quite slick on the mat. So definitely for the safety of the wrestlers, trying to keep that as dry as possible. That way, get that all cleaned up, and we'll keep moving on from here.
I think they're checking one more spot there on the match. It's been a night where we've seen a few blood stoppages. One of them for Alex Ibanez back against Lisbon as he was wrestling against Simons Fium. He ended up having to forfeit that match as they ran out of blood time. So now Hunter Schultz comes back out. Anthony Poole for Central Cass, and we're underway. And Hunter Schultz, a big part of the success of this Lisbon football team in the fall, has tied up with Anthony Poole for Central Cass, and both wrestlers able to stay in bounds. Schultz looking to get some control. As he changes levels, will bring down Houle. Now needs to swing around, and he can't. Nice job staying in bounds, and he swings the hip around for the 2-point takedown. Schultz, a 2-0 lead, 1:35 here in the first period.
And Schultz, immediately after the takedown, automatically working with that wrist control, locking up the chicken wing, trying to get a little tilt here, trying to get some cheap points. He might have to run it around the head and run it the opposite direction, as that's what I think he's starting to do. Is yep, there it is, as he starts to work around the head.
So Schultz trying to turn Anthony Poole. He's got him turned. The official will come in. This could be fall number 5 for the Lisbon Broncos. And it is. Fall number 5. Hunter Schultz gets it here at 182 pounds. And Lisbon will push their lead to 45-6.
Good job there by Schultz, really being able to transition off. The chicken wing wasn't immediately there. Transition to the half, picked the head up, finished it off for the fall, as now we move into the 182 match.
195 now, Avery Dick for Lisbon, Garrett Haugen for Central Cass, and Dick gets right behind. Haugen is going to try to bring him down. He will. 2-point takedown. Avery Dick working the upper body of Garrett Haugen. 14 seconds into the first period at 195 pounds.
Dick right here looking for that crossface cradle. He's got a very long, kind of longer arms, longer body, longer build, as he's able to get that crossface cradle pretty easily, as that's what he's continued to work for. As I mean, it's kind of how his head and knee really aren't that close, but it's really with the long build of going on for the Lisbon wrestler.
Avery Dick will get the turn of Garrett Haugen. He has the shoulders down. The official will check on Haugen, who's able to work his way out of it. If Dick can get more control of the upper body, this one could be over, as rolling back to his base is Garrett Haugen, and some back points will be given to Avery Dick. Dick will take a 5-0 lead, under a minute left in the first period.
So Avery Dick in this one now, he's going to that kind of cross-body ride, looking to see if that head and knee come kind of close, and they are. He's got that cradle locked up again, and Haugen is back on his back.
Yeah, Haugen's rolling on his shoulder. Dick might be running a little high on that cradle, and then he's able to adjust and get the fall. That is 6 falls, 3 in a row for the Lisbon Broncos. 51-6, they lead as we move on to 220 pounds. Gabe Lyons for Lisbon, Nate Burley for Central Cass.
This evening for Central Cass, Nate Burley. For Lisbon, Gabe.
Just the long arms and build for Avery Dick, being able to give himself the advantage there with that cradle victory for the fall, giving his team an even bigger of a lead.
So these two guys will tie up center math. That is Gabe Lyons for Lisbon, Nate Burley for the Central Cass Squirrels. 51-6, Lisbon leads the Squirrels in this dual competition.
So Burley and Lyons locked up, and again, that ear-to-ear tie, the one thing that coaches hate to see. They want to see some movement, want to see some guy take control.
Now these two wrestlers will drop levels, and it looks like Nate Burley has control of Gabe Lyons, and now both will come back to their feet.
This is one they're just going to have to kind of break off here, because both guys kind of about have the same level of control. Not much that can go from here, as Burley finally starting to change an angle as Lyons for the shot, driving all the way out of bounds.
Yeah, both wrestlers will come out of bounds. 1:11 left first period. We're at 220 pounds. Just 3 more weight classes left after this. Both wrestlers hand fighting center of the mat. And it looks like Nate Burley for Central Cass, the aggressor against Gabe Lyons. Now inside of a minute left to go, going for the single leg is Lyons. Sprawling out is Burley. Burley with control of the upper bodies. Both wrestlers are on their knees. 50 seconds left.
And Lyons here looking for a little short drag to be able to get around and get the 2-point takedown on Burley as he's coming out of a front headlock. And they're going to be stood right back up on their feet.
40 seconds left in the first period. No score. Both wrestlers have battled it out tough as Lyons drops down, and with control of his arm is Burley. Both back to their feet. 30 seconds left in the first period.
As Burley trying to get the front headlock from standing on the feet. But Lyons doing a good job of maintaining the movement, taking a couple different shots. He's got deep on a double now. Could see a lift and brought back in.
Wrestlers will come out. 14 seconds left in the first period. Burley for Central Cass, Lyons for Lisbon. 10 seconds left. Burley trying to change levels fast on Lyons.
Little pass by attempt there by Lyons, as we're probably going to be locked up here, as there it is.
Period number 1 in the books here at 220 pounds. No score between Gabe Lyons and Nate Burley. Our dual score 51-6. Lisbon leading the Central Cass Squirrels.
With Lyons on the bottom. Still in a scoreless match here. Not much of a first move either.
Yeah, it will be Lyons on the bottom, Burley on top, and Burley quickly shifts his weight to the side of Gabe Lyons. Grant Lyons, 285, will wrestle Dylan Sell next.
As we're now worked right back out to that front headlock position where both guys actually have each other's head and we're locked up. We could see a stalemate here.
Minute and a half here to go in the second period. Both guys tying up upper body, both to their feet. Burley trying to break down Lyons again. Lyons is trying to get himself around for a reversal or bring down Burley. He brings down Burley, gets on top, reversal points as they both come out of bounds. That's unfortunate cue for Gabe Lyons as he ran out of room. He was really in control on top.
That was a good little back trip there by Lyons to be able to get the reversal too, but definitely for Burley, glad that it was near the edge of the circle.
Wrestlers will come back to the center of the mat. Lyons on top of Burley with a 2-0 lead. Burley to his feet. Lyons trying to avoid giving up a point here as well as maintain control. He will break down Nate Burley. Burley is back down as we approach a minute left in the second period.
So we saw that same little reverse trip there by Lyons to get Burley back down. Now it looks like he's got that crossface cradle locked up that so many others on his team have gotten tonight.
If Lions can turn Burley, this one could be over. He's got 50 seconds to work with, and getting a hand free is Burley. He'll put it around the shoulders of Lyons, and now if he can score himself free, he gets reversal points. He does. So now we're tied at 2. Nate Burley gets the reversal against Gabe Lyons.
And now Burley going for that crossface cradle. Lyons understanding what's going on, stretching out a little bit.
And we'll get the official to stop things as the headgear on Nate Burley runs down.
Yeah, every once in a while it gets into the eyes. It impedes the vision, so definitely good stoppage there. Referee definitely letting Burley get kind of back to normalcy, having his headgear reset.
Lions will be down. Burley will be up here for 34 seconds left in the second period.
First move there by Lions, one that I know really well. The one where you just kind of scoot your hands out in front, you don't do much.
Lions fighting to avoid getting turned on his back, and Burley lost control of the upper body, or lost the leverage on the upper body. Could have turned him there for some points and will get potentially dangerous. No, we'll get a full Nelson. And the point will be awarded to Gabe Lyons, and how close this has been, Quinn, that could come back and bite Nate Burley late in this match.
Yeah, what Burley's doing there, he's trying to move from one move to the next. He's trying to work a half, you can run it kind of from both sides. He's trying to switch back and forth. And so that was one he just kind of got caught in that switch. As a headgear issue, kind of that cup that Burley's got over his chin, able to get it figured out now.
15 seconds left in the second period. Nate Burley for Central Cass, Gabe Lyons for Lisbon. Lisbon leads the duel 51-6. Burley in control of Lyons. He's trying to drive him down. 2 seconds left, 1 second. This period is in the books. 3-2 the lead for Gabe Lyons.
Yeah, Lyons just tossing his hips over the top of Burley there. Burley could have had the chance to kind of throw a little hip toss kind of from the top-bottom position. It's not much of a toss, more of it's just kind of a quick tug.
So now Gabe Lyons will be on top for the final period of 220 pounds. Lisbon had rattled off 4 straight falls as both wrestlers to their feet. 3-3, we are tied with under 2 minutes left in this match. Burley tried to bring down Lyons. Lyons able to roll around him. Lyons takes the lead 5-3, minute 45 left in the third period.
Lyons looked a little gassed right when that period first started on their feet. Burley trying to take advantage, trying to go for a little headlock. Didn't get it. Lyons, good pass there. He's got the ball and chain working now on top. Burley completely flat as Lyons is just trying to work some offense here.
90 seconds left in the third period.
Just got to try to get some offense worked here by Lyons. He's got wrist control here on his left side, but really he's just kind of sitting on an ankle, not doing much, trying to get Burley back down, leading by 2, trying to get offense going. He's got to expand on this one, otherwise we still could see a stalling as he's not doing much on top.
51-6, Lisbon leads this duel, and Gabe Lyons trying to get in the mix with the victory for his team as he flips Nate Burley. Has Burley on his back, that is 4 straight falls for the Lisbon Broncos. Gabe Lyons gets it all the way into the third period. Lisbon leads 57-6.
That's in one of the coach's cardinal sins. That's reaching back on bottom. One of the things that you cannot do, and that is what Burley did there, as it was very swift of Lyons to run that half and get the fall for his team.
Grant Lyons for Lisbon, Dylan Sell for Central Cass. We're on to 285. And it is Grant Lyons being the aggressor against Dylan Sell. Just 2 more weight classes left after this. Lisbon has won this one 57-6. They get the sweep on the night, defeating Grafton earlier, while Central Cass will end the night 1-1.
As Sells in on a shot with this one, as Lyons trying to work that front headlock, trying to get around, and finally does get the 2 and works right into his offense.
So Lyon will get the 2-point takedown. Lions will get it for Lisbon. 2-0 his lead, under 90 seconds left. We are in period number 1.
As Lyon switching off from a half to a crossface, back to the half, now back to the crossface. He's working just a couple different moves on top as he gets that half. He gets it synced in deep now.
Dylan Sell on his back. The count will start. Is it going to be 5 straight falls? It is. 5 straight falls for the Lisbon Broncos, and they will run their lead up to 63-6. And we get up to 106 pounds. Seamus Kelly for Lisbon. Evan Volk for Central Cass. Quinn, neither of these two wrestlers have been victorious on the night. Cruiser Burns getting wins against both of them from Grafton, so these guys fighting for a victory on the night.
Yeah, basically someone is going to come out of here 1-1, but it's one Kelly with a distinct length advantage over Volk. It's one where, it started to kind of play to his favor earlier when he had to wrestle Burns, but we'll see how it works out here against Volk.
Kelly goes to shoot against Volk, has the leg, will get the takedown. Lisbon is riding the wave of 5 straight falls. In fact, you can go 7 falls and a major decision as Volk is on his back. Kelly trying to get the shoulders down to make it another fall for the Lisbon Broncos.
And that's just Kelly using his length, getting that crossface cradle with ease with how long his arms are. He probably has to be one of the tallest kids in the state at 106.
That will bring the score to 69-6, down to our final at 113 pounds. Cashin Wadeson against Brady Peterson. So Wadeson will wrestle for the Broncos, Brady Peterson for the Squirrels.
So the final match of the night at 113. Let's see if Wadeson can keep his team momentum rolling to finish this one off with a fall.
And as Wadeson being aggressive to start off this period of the match. Again, 113 pounds. That will be the last weight class we'll have on the evening. A lot of hand fighting going on between the two. 69-6, the dual score. Lisbon with the lead in the victory. Lisbon has now won 6 straight duels to start the 2020-2021 year.
So Peterson, Wadeson here, they're really locked up. Wadeson kind of more controlling that elbow. It's more of an elbow tie as Peterson with a shot from pretty far away. Wadeson easy defend there right into the front headlock.
Yeah, Wadeson has control of the upper body, trying to walk his way around to set up a cradle against Brady Peterson. Peterson gets himself free, has control of Wadeson's leg, looking for the takedown, gets Wadeson down, and he'll get the 2-point takedown. So Brady Peterson, a 2-0 lead for Central Cass, now rolls Wadeson onto his stomach.
So Wadeson going for the shuck there, but there was no movement. He should have just kept working one way. Now Peterson trying to take that advantage, working for a crossface. He's trying to get that, what sometimes called a twister, a tornado, barbed wire. It's called a bunch of different things, but that's really what he's working for here. Is he's got his arm across. He's working it there. Should be some near fall showing up here.
Now Wadeson trying to avoid getting turned by Peterson. And Peterson going to get some points because there's 22 seconds left in the first period here at 113, our last matchup of the night.
And now one where Wadeson's kind of through the legs as Peterson tried running that around, got too far.
And we're going to get a stalemate called with 8 seconds left in the first period. 69-6. Lisbon will get the win. We'll get the win if that will not be the final score of this dual matchup.
We've got braces with no mouthpiece.
So Wadeson will get called for the technical if you can hear the official through the mic. Wadeson with braces, no cover. Technical point will be awarded to Brady Peterson. That makes it a 3-0 lead. And now Coach Lucina and Caston Wadeson are going to discuss it.
He's got to find a way to get a mouthpiece here. I think maybe one of his teammates is going to lend him a mouthpiece.
No, I don't know if Lisbon has one on the side, and
that is
they're going to call it. They're going to call the match.
Yep, you are not allowed to wrestle without a mouthpiece if you have braces. Just pure to it can cut if you're running. If you're running the crossfade, it hinders the opposing wrestler as well as the current wrestler with the braces can cut the inside of his mouth and stuff like that. So definitely a safety reason there for Wadeson.
69-12, the final here of the third of our triangular, a victory for the Lisbon Broncos as they go 2-0 on the night and they keep their dual record undefeated on the season. We'll take one break. We'll come back here to wrap things up. Again, Lisbon going 2-0 on the night here in Central Cass. We'll be back. This is Wrestling Coverage, Grafton, Lisbon, and Central Cass here live from Castleton.
Wallach Johnson Insurance has a team of experienced professionals who are highly knowledgeable and ready to answer your questions about finding the best insurance coverage for you. As an independent insurance agency, they have access to many highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Get your free quote started today with Wallach Johnson Insurance at nd-insurer.com. Call or text 888-683-5253 or stop by one of their offices in Lisbon, Rutland, and Gwinnett. Wallach Johnson Insurance, insuring the area since 1981.
I'm starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Do you feel like there's never enough time to get everything done before planting? The window for spring work is quick and unforgiving. Give yourself the upper hand with the ProTill High Performance High Speed Disc. More and more farmers agree the ProTill is the right tool for Springfield conditions and heavy residue management. Zero maintenance bearings, independent disc technology, oversized pins and bushings allow the...
We're here to wrap things up as our final in dual competition, the last one of the night, Lisbon, a 69-12 win against the Central Cass Squirrels. Joel Morgan, Quinn Redmond with me here tonight. First dual matchup, Lisbon against Grafton, 66-18. Lisbon with the big victory. Second one, it was Central Cass over Grafton, 57-24. And our final of the night, a 69-12 win for Lisbon over Central Cass. Casson Wadeson getting the win. Brady Peterson getting the win for the Central Cass Squirrels, as Casson Wadeson did not have the braces covered. Quinn, a interesting way to end the night, that's how our final match was made final.
Yeah, it's a poor way to end off the night, but at the end of the day, it's for both wrestlers' safety. You know, there's a chance of a guy, having his mouth all cut up, and the chance for the opposing wrestler, to have his arm cut off, running a crossface or something like that. So it's a situation. It's definitely for the safeties of the wrestlers. Not a great way to end it off, but it's one that that I believe Wadeson should know, and he definitely should come into this one.
The Grafton team, a young team, a team with not a lot of numbers compared to the two competitors tonight, but I think Grafton came out and they had a good showing and competed where they needed to, and they got some good wins tonight.
Yeah, it was a good job by Grafton. The issue is they're coming in. They had 8 forfeits, and so coming in with 8 forfeits, you're not going to win on the duel. But basically, what's going on from there is you understand. Hey, let's come in. Let's have a great showing. Let's get our guys some mat time. And that's really all it's really about at this point. Is if you know that you can't win the duel, you got to come in. You got to be able to get some mat time, feel comfortable, getting ready for those tournaments to kind of end off the year. It's just a team that can't fill out a roster. You know that you're not really competing for the dual titles. It comes down to trying to get your guys as much mat time as possible, trying to get it good to go.
And Central Cass looking like a team much improved from last year. They had some good showing in some weight classes tonight.
Oh, of course. They definitely wrestled well. It was good. Kind of starting it off early, especially in some of those matchups against Grafton, and it was a situation here in this last one. Lisbon, they're a top team in the state. They're coming off the dual victory last year as a team. So you're going up against one of the top teams in the state. You just kind of know what you expect. But it was a very great showing. There was a lot of a lot of good matches that went on tonight. So that's kind of where we go from here. But definitely a very good showing from Central Cass. Good for them going forward for the rest of the year.
And I think Lisbon just looked like a team that has defending state champions who are looking for multiple state champions in their career tonight. Lisbon looked, that Broncos team, very impressive.
Yeah, that's really all it is Lisbon, they know what's going on. They know who they are. They know how to wrestle to their capabilities and their abilities. They know coming into a match, they're not wrestling the other guy's match. They know what offense they're working. They know enough moves. They know the defense of all those other moves, and it's very good on the Lisbon side. But definitely a great triad of teams that went on in this one. As we kind of got the mat breakdown, this is something I don't miss about wrestling is the breakdown after a duel of rolling the mats up, getting the straps pulled tight on them, putting all the chairs away. This is something I definitely don't miss.
Yeah, the young wrestlers breaking things down here in Central Cass. Well, that will do it for our broadcast tonight. Joel Morgan reminded you of our final scores. In Duel 1, it was Lisbon 66, Grafton 18. Duel 2, Central Cass 57, Grafton 24. And our final of the night, it was Lisbon 69, Central Cass 12. You've been thanks for joining us here tonight on our wrestling coverage.